up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2. No easy buckets analysis by assholes. Water cooler commentary for your sports needs. I am Andrew Schulz. I'm here with Akaash, Singh, and Real Life Kaz.
Hey.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everybody.
Word.
Happy Martin Luther King Day. I'm going to plug some shit real quick. I just want to say my bad to everybody in D.C. I had to reschedule my Washington, D.C. shows at the D.C. Improv. I'm currently filming a movie right now, which is dope. So I had to reschedule that, and I also had to reschedule my Rochester shows. I have rescheduled the Rochester shows. You can get those at my website, theandrewschulz.com. These are stand-up shows. I haven't rescheduled the D.C. shows yet. The D.C. Improv was real tight. They were upset. They were upset that I canceled on them kind of late, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, I get that. I totally understand that from a business perspective. They've been promoting me, and I had to pull out. But at the same time, I've had clubs cancel on me because a bigger act was coming in. So this is the nature of the business, and it is what the hell it is.
Way to big time them, Schultz.
Say what?
So way to big time them, Schultz.
Bro, I can't wait to big time these clubs. I really cannot wait, bro. I'm telling. I mean, like, you know, these little fucking bonus things that they give you. They basically like. You could get I'm getting to the nuance of stand-up comedy, but like if you sell out every show for 5 shows, you know, you get like a $500 bonus. Okay, so I brought 1,000 people into your club, each spending $20 cover, another $20 on drinks.
Yeah.
So that's 40
Minimum.
times 1,000. I make you $40,000. Thanks for 500. Listen, you're so generous. I got to go film a movie so I could achieve my dreams as being a stand-up comic. Oh, fuck you. I can't believe it. It is whatever. And here's the reality is there's plenty of clubs and there are plenty of places to play. Am I grateful for other clubs I have good relationships with? Yes.
At least it's not Philly.
So
It could have been spooky if it was Philly.
if it was, I mean, I would have totally understood it. It would have made perfect sense.
If it was Philly, they wouldn't be able to have you because the club would have burned down.
That's true. Well, exactly. Burn down is just the next level, right?
I'm in Philly, by the way, if you guys want to kill me on Wednesday. So catch me
Are
at
you
Helium.
performing?
Yeah, I'm going to be at Helium.
Oh, sick, man.
Nice,
That's
nice,
what's up.
nice.
That's the club I perform at. And actually, I really fuck with that club, man. And Philly is one of my favorite. I know this sounds crazy, but Philly is one of my favorite places to perform. I love angry cities, especially with angry whites.
Yo,
gosh.
I used to say that. I haven't even told you this. I almost got in a fight with an audience member
Yeah.
on Saturday. Conservative. Normally, conservatives don't give a fuck. They let
Yeah.
your jokes go.
They're the best
It's
audience.
usually liberal white women who,
Really?
in the middle of your joke, won't even let you get to the end. They're just like, that's not okay.
Yeah.
And they'll fuck the whole momentum
Yeah,
of the joke. This time it was a Trump supporter in the front row, and I did a joke. My first jokes are about how like we shouldn't get offended, and I talk about not offended by Trump being or anything he says, whatever. And then I do a joke about Thanksgiving. You've heard like it's my favorite day of the year. I'm not going to stop celebrating Thanksgiving, even though it's a day I'm celebrating a day white people killed an entire race of people that they thought was me.
That's good.
That's a good show.
And he doesn't even let me get to the punchline. He just immediately chimes in when I say killed an entire race of people. He goes, oh, come on. And I still finish the joke, whatever. And then he's like, that's not okay. You're sitting here talking about Thanksgiving. And I was like, shut the fuck up, man. What are you talking? I get real bold on stage. I forget I'm 5'7". This was an older white dude, but he could have kicked the shit out of me. And then it just got to a real heated confrontation.
He did to your not relatives.
Exactly.
To the people who almost look like you.
Yeah. I told him we should step outside. I was bold as fuck.
Yeah. No,
I said,
that's
fuck
good.
all this talk, dog. Why don't we just go outside? I'm on the edge of the stage. He's in the front. It was really crazy. But it was a conservative. And that's what really, to this day, to this minute, I'm still like, well, how the fuck did that happen?
They're conservative snowflakes and liberal snowflakes.
Yeah.
That's a big issue. Is that, you know, on both extreme sides, people are fucked up and they're annoying to be, just to fucking listen to.
They're the same idiot.
Yeah.
They just grew up in different neighborhoods.
Absolutely. But that being said, I tend to like the angry, you know, Buffaloes, the Phillies, just working class kind of angry cities who have been, because they need comedy.
Gotcha.
Comedy is a release. Like in New York City, people go out to comedy because it's cool, or chic, and they want to be enlightened and clap along with these comedians that are social justice activists. In Buffalo, they're like, just make fun of blacks. You know what I mean? Like it's just They don't care, right? Like, and I'm telling you, it doesn't
They
matter.
let the show be the show.
They let the show be the show, and the black people are there, like, just make fun of Mexican. There's just somebody that they want to make fun of, and let's just laugh because I need a break from how cold it is. Like, you saw the Bills fans when they were in Jacksonville?
Yeah,
right.
You know what they do for entertainment? They jump off of tables and beat each other up.
They literally made it illegal in Jacksonville, Florida, to sell folding chairs and tables to non-Jacksonville residents.
Wow.
For that week, because they knew Bill's Mafia was coming down. They were going to light the tables on fire and then dive on them and fall on them. But they need that release. They fucking need to get away from it. And whatever. Those are my favorites.
I mean,
that's kind of like I'm a big like wrestling fan, so I could probably like equate like that same wrestling audience to like I guess like
these are all everybody in Buffalo is a wrestling fan.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, when that's where all that stuff comes from.
Every one of them listens to your podcast and then realizes you're black and turns it off.
Facts. This is absolute facts, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's how that whole like Buffalo Bills thing started. Like that's like very pro wrestling, like ECW, WWE type of stuff.
Yep.
Where, you know, like WWE was this squeaky clean, like, you know, they're a corporate company and they gotta like, you know, do certain things or whatever. And like ECW, this like super old school, like really extreme form of WWE, was like performing in Buffaloes and Phillies and like really working class arenas, like in small little gyms, but like it got worldwide attention because all they were doing was like, dude, just hit the guy in the head with a table.
Yeah,
just
make
like,
them bleed.
Make them bleed.
Yeah.
Like, set the shit on fire. Like, whatever. Like, give me my $10, $15 worth for the day before I go back and work at the steel mill or wherever the fuck they're working at.
They need it.
Yeah.
They fucking need it. And it's fun to do stand-up where people need it.
I like a similar kind of audience, but different. I like Southern working class or whatever. They're just Southern people.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because I grew up with that. I get that. And you grew up in a pre-gentrified Manhattan. So I'm wondering if it's because it's like, I get the blue-collar mentality. I just get that.
Yeah.
Where I kind of get it, but not really. Southern white people, I get that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Let's have fun. I know how to rock with y'all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say my favorite audience is educated minorities.
Oh, we're amazing.
I've always said that
I was
because
about to say we are pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you why. Because you guys have been through some shit.
Yeah.
So you're not offended by everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've been through real things. You've been through real racism. So like a joke isn't like a big deal to you.
And we don't work so much in black and white. Like we're very nuanced.
Yes. I don't like educated whites.
Why is that?
Uneducated whites, educated minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Because uneducated whites, they're like just hateful enough where they'll laugh and they don't feel guilty about it. You know what I mean? Not saying they like hate other races, but they're like, I don't really care that much to like worry about your feelings. They don't care about your feelings, but like super educated whites have this fucking like this guilt that they carry that they need to protect you constantly. And then you're like, oh, somebody goes, oh, Kaz, I love your hair. And they go, oh, you can't talk to a black man about his hair.
That's a microaggression.
It's a mic. I feel microaggression. It's like Kaz is 6'1", 6'2", 220 pounds. He could handle a fucking hair comment.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I've been through actual racist shit.
Exactly.
Like, where I'm like, you know, I am 6'2", like 200 something. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
Like, I've been through situations where like I'm specifically profiled and targeted just because of the way I look.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like just because I'm like imposing and people like have to be overly aggressive towards me just because they feel like, you know, if I raise my voice or get out of line, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna turn into this fucking animal and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, no. Like what the fuck? Like just relax, dog. Like I could take a joke. Like it takes like some actual, you know, I've been through some real shit. So.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Just in terms of people that I've performed for, and I tend to like, and the crowds I tend to like. That being said, what I have noticed is through doing Brilliant Idiots, and now I'm sure through Flagrant 2 and Westerbros and the other podcasts, is like we've curated like a group of people. There are an underrepresented group of people out there that are very
critically thinking.
They critically think. They're objective, right? They're people that see the way things are portrayed in the news, and it doesn't really resonate with them.
Okay.
Right? Like, you know, a perfect example would be this recent, like, Aziz story.
Okay.
Right? And, like, this girl who was accusing Aziz of sexual assault or whatever like that. And this happens all the time. You know, it happens every time Lena Dunham complains about everything.
Okay.
You know, the feminist warriors will go out there. And then there's a certain percentage of women and men who will just be like, that doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
That reaction doesn't resonate with me. And they've kind of found the Brilliant Idiots and and Flagrant 2 and these other podcasts, and we found them. And we have these kind of like organic, natural conversations without the fear of, oh my God, if I say this, I'm going to be ostracized.
You know
I'm
what?
going to be fired. I'm going to be excommunicated from my group. This is your group.
Yeah, you know what? You know what kind of reminds me of? Like, I kind of credit it in addition to like all those shows. Like, these just always just be on Twitter and say, you got to hear both sides. Like,
Yep.
You'll see a headline. And
Jesus would do it with everything.
with
though.
everything.
Trump
though.
saying shithole countries, Jesus would be like, gotta hear
Gotta
both
hear
sides.
both.
Which is a great, it's fucking, I love it.
It's a great quote because like that's kind of like our audience. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't necessarily jump at the first headline and like automatically take a side. It's like, like wait, let's see the nuance here. Let's see like how we got to this point. Like
Absolutely.
there's no way that you can just, I think we have a good audience of people that understand not everything's black and white. And that's kind of how we cover sports here. That's kind of how we talk about our show and how we,
And what's weird is those people are probably afraid to talk because somehow you get seen as offensive and inflammatory. When in reality, you just the moderate who's looking at both extremes
Yeah.
like, y'all both sound fucking dumb.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I mean, I just care about being objective. Like, I care about, like, when I hear something crazy, I assume logic.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I would recommend to everybody. The crazier the statement you hear, the more logical you assume it is. And then it forces you to actually find a justification for it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you make their best argument, you know how to attack it. Right?
Yeah,
So I don't care how fucked up it is. I assume logic.
Gotcha.
So with this chick who accused, I mean, I want to get into sports, but with this Aziz shit is so fucking on my mind. Just because I'm more pissed off because Akaash is about to be so famous because someone needs to fill the lane of skinny
People
Indian
keep
guy.
saying that. There's other brown people more famous than me waiting for this spot who are going to be the new cuck warriors.
Who?
Hassan.
But Hassan's already there.
Eh,
He
Hassan's
ain't
already there. He's with
This is
Aziz.
the next logical step for this man.
I don't think that I think Hassan's so close to Aziz that it's like
Exactly.
you don't feel something that's to your right. You feel something that's above. Do you know what I mean? Like,
do
you know what I'm saying?
The funniest, Robbie Slovik, comic friend of mine, had the funniest tweet he had as a draft that he was going to send about me.
Yeah.
He said, offended or horrified by Aziz, follow Akaash Singh. He's not even good at fucking his own girl.
Should have sent it out there. Should have sent it out there, Bobby. I guess I don't know. We'll get it out, and then we'll get to some fucking nice flagrant.
But no,
sports
you know
stuff.
what it is? You made a good point about that though. Like I think our audience, like there's okay. I think we have enough of a sample size of like people, committing like sexual assault and like all these like heinous things where we could kind of see, when the Weinstein thing came out, it was literally dozens upon dozens upon dozens of stories about like this guy being a irreparable prick who used his power to, gain sexual favors from, these up and coming or whatever. People that just want to get ahead in the industry.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Lena Dunham thing, where it's like, yes, there's actual feminists out there on the field, like making things happen for, women worldwide. And then like when she kind of like does, like when the whole Me Too thing was happening or whatever, and like she kind of like just hopped into the picture, and I think like Tessa Thompson like commented, it was like, hey,
What a beast. I've never respected Tessa Thompson more.
I don't even know who that
The
is.
whole movement, what was the Oscars? Time's Up?
Yeah,
A bunch of female actresses got together and got this movement going, whatever you think of it.
Yeah.
They like kind of organized the whole thing. Lena Dunham basically just showed up on picture day.
She's like, hey, I'm here.
And took the picture and then I put it on IG. So proud to be a part of this with all these amazing women. Tessa Thompson responded and she was like, Lena Dunham did nothing. She showed up for this picture. None of us knew why she was here. And then she took the picture and left.
Yeah.
Which was just so dope to me.
Yeah.
Why though? See, I think that's stupid
How's it stupid?
because you care more about the credit than you do about the movement. It's a very selfish reaction. Like, if you really cared about this movement getting notoriety, you would want Lena Dunham and her millions of doting, lemming followers who do whatever the fuck she says to see her post that and then also follow suit. If you care more about the credit than you do about the movement, you send out some bitch shit like that and say, you were never here for it. I'm going to be a fucking sassiness about it.
No, but
shut up, bitch. Care about the fucking hashtag. Care about the movement than your fucking credit.
But they understand Lena Dunham's following, and they understand that she's, given whatever you think about her, has just as big or maybe a bigger social following than like this current movement.
Great, so it will help the movement.
But if she doesn't completely understand what they're there for, and she lets off a false narrative of what they're going for,
none of these hoes understand what they're there for. I'm tired. No. In 2018, we're being hard on hoes again. Bro. I'm being honest. No, we were too soft.
Oh, God,
let me be very, very clear about this. If you're not a hoe, you got nothing to be offended by right now.
Listen, Netflix, I didn't say any of this shit.
I'm not saying
Season 3 Master of None, I'm still ready. You know what I mean? I didn't say none of this shit.
Season
I
3
didn't say
Master
none
of
of this shit out loud. I thought it to myself.
Listen, this is all I got to say. And I've said this on Instagram, but for motherfuckers who did not follow this on Instagram, I'll say it to you right now. The inception of the Me Too movement, this is where it came from. It came from men who were powerful, using their power to abuse people and in turn ruining their lives. Now, women have come across immense power, incredible amounts of power. With one accusation, you can ruin a man's life. You can take everything away from him that he's worked for his entire life with an accusation, without an investigation, without charges, with nothing to go along with it. You can ruin a man's life with an accusation. And with that power, you are starting to abuse it. You are abusing this power, and you are ruining men's lives. And we're seeing it happen right now to Aziz, and that's why I got to fight back for Aziz. I have to say something about this Aziz situation because it's absolutely bullshit. If you listen to the article, and it's important that we listen to the article, you have to look at what is really happening here and what this girl is really saying happened in the article. It's very clear. This chick realized she was a hoe.
Oh, God.
And she thought she was going to be wifey. She went out on this date. She met him at a fucking Grammys or some shit like that. Yeah. And she thought they had something in common because they both had an old camera. Whoopity-doo, bitch. Whoopity-doo.
Listen.
You both got an old camera. You go out on a date and you think this guy might be your boyfriend. No. He took you back to the crib and tried to smash right away. And in that moment, you go, oh, shit, I'm not the girlfriend, I'm just another hoe. And that fucking happens.
Listen.
Let me just get this out.
Okay, ahead.
And that happens. And sometimes that happens. And in that moment, you have the right to say, you know what? I'm going to go. And we need to remind women that they can say, I'm going to go. This girl said, I gave him nonverbal cues. I did all these things to make him feel like that it wasn't a good idea to move on, that I was uncomfortable. Well, you also sucked his dick. And I know for a fact that is a cue to most men that you might want to hang around and fuck.
Well, there's also that thought that those nonverbal cues.
Who wants to fuck after getting head? Aren't you tired, bro?
No,
it
wasn't until coming. It wasn't until coming. Wait, here's the point I'm trying to say.
There's a thought, though, that those nonverbal cues are being used because, like, women are scared that if you give them a verbal cue, it can escalate.
What does that mean?
It can be like, okay, so like, I guess what is being said about that is if, okay, a woman uses nonverbal cues and doesn't say anything because they're trained in their mind to believe that, oh, if I give this guy a verbal no, he's going to attack me. So it's...
Aziz is 92 pounds. He's made out of a planter's penis.
Let me say
what
this,
the
man.
thought is.
No.
Advocate.
I want to... I know, and it's good to have these conversations,
yeah.
but I think it's very important. What I think is incredibly important is that women know that we are not psychic, okay?
Yeah.
And that I 100% believe this girl felt uncomfortable in that situation. I 100% believe that. Mm-hmm. I also 100% believe that Aziz did not know she felt uncomfortable. And why did he not know? Because she was busy sucking his dick. And that can be confusing. If you are I've never been getting head from a girl going, you know what? I think she's uncomfortable. Why don't you spit on her a little bit more? There you go. That might make you a little more comfortable. There you go. Oh, put it back a little further in your throat. That might make it a little more comfortable. Yeah. It's not. I'm telling you, those two things can be confusing. So while you're uncomfortable, you're exhibiting behavior that would make a man think that you are comfortable. Mm-hmm. So all I'm saying is, ladies, if you are uncomfortable, by all means, please. And I'm telling you, this is how it used to be. Just hit him with an I'm going to go. And if you hit him with an I'm going to go, I promise you, 99% of men will say, oh, fuck, okay, is there anything I could do to, I'm sorry about that. We could just chill for a second. No, I'm going to go. Okay, fine.
Let me say a few things.
Go ahead.
I think there needs to be some room for nuance in this discussion. It can't just be all the people being like, she needs to leave, and then all the other people being like, nah, this is rape. I think we're just taking two crazy sides. Let me say a few things. One, I think...
Hold on I'm going to go is crazy?
Hold on, I'll get to that. First...
But let's just acknowledge that.
She said...
Because you just put that juxtaposition out there that one side is, this is rape, the other side is, I'm going to go. That's not two crazy sides.
No, the other side is, it's on this girl. She just needs to speak up. Whatever. She has 100% control. Aziz didn't do anything wrong.
Okay.
So I don't think either one of those is true. I think it's possible for two things to exist in a certain space. I think, one, Aziz needs to listen to the Patrice ONeal joke about messing with white women and how they get real cold on the back end. He wasn't ready for this. He's been doing this his whole life. I
got a feeling that Aziz is only exclusively hooked up with white women.
And here you go. And this is what happened. Number two, I think this is the problem. First of all, I think one problem is he really built his legacy on the career of a certain feminist movement and celebrated a lot of, no, we have to believe these women, we have to do this, we have to do this. And he really, this group of people that's offended and thinks this is rape, those are exactly the people he, I don't want to say exploited, but capitalized on their feelings and built his career. Then it turns out he's just like every other dude, and he's going to beg for sex and make you uncomfortable. And now those people feel particularly betrayed. I think if this story came out 8 years ago about Dane Cook, we'd be like, yeah, Dane Cook, that's who he is.
I can't speak on his material to him being like some uber, social justice warrior.
I mean, he's got many speeches out there about feminism.
I don't know. I just, me personally, I can't attribute that. That's
and the
fine.
last thing
That's
I want to
fair.
say, and this is something, taking the article at face value. I don't know. There's gotta hear both sides. But taking the article at face value, she said to him, I'm uncomfortable. And then he was like, oh, all right, cool. I'm sorry. Let's sit here. I won't try to have sex with you. And then he tried to have sex with her again. And that is cardinal's mistake or whatever the word is. When a girl says I'm uncomfortable, she is saying,
boom.
Right,
back in the day when you had
Ready?
Illegal defense and they were like, the next one is a technical.
Yeah.
That's your illegal defense. You're
warning.
warning.
Fair enough.
Next one is about to say rape.
This is what I would say to girls. You go into a restaurant, right? And you're at the restaurant, waiter comes up and asks you, hey, can I get you something to eat? And you go, no, I'm not really feeling like anything just right now. Waiter goes, okay, I'll come back in a few. He comes back in a few, and you go, nah, I don't really feel like ordering anything just yet. He goes, okay. He comes back a few minutes later. He goes, now you ready? You ready to order? No, I don't really feel like anything. As long as you're in the restaurant, that waiter is going to assume that you want food. Otherwise, why the fuck would you be in a restaurant? That's what restaurants are for. Is for food. So if you don't want to be asked for food, leave the fucking restaurant or don't even walk in the first place. So I was just speaking to a girl who I went out on a very nice first date with. We spoke for hours. Mm-hmm. We had a great time, and she dropped me off on the Uber. I said, do you want to come up? And she goes, you know what? I really do want to come up, but this is what she said. I don't want, I know that you're going to want to do more than just cuddle and kiss, so I'm going to go back home. Mm. And I said, God damn, bitch. I didn't say that exactly.
I was about to say, I hope you didn't say that.
But I was so blown away by the honesty and maturity of that, right? She knew she didn't want to have sex that night. And she also knew by coming upstairs, it might make me assume
like
that
I wanna have
maybe
sex,
she
yeah.
did want to have sex tonight, or put us in a situation where she would be constantly maybe, pushing off, or we'd just be in bed and sleeping uncomfortably together, etc. This, that, the other. So she said something that I thought was brilliant. And this is what women used to do. It is a new generation of women who I assume do not have either heating or air conditioning that find these guys that do have heating or air conditioning, and they try to take advantage of that little climate situation, and no, let's just cuddle and sit in each other's bed all night. You got a bed. Go back to your bed.
Don't disagree. There is
And don't be surprised. All I'm saying is this. If you go to the restaurant, don't be surprised if you get asked for food.
There is a certain...
And when you do get asked for food, don't be like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. I can't believe that I was at a restaurant and the waiter multiple times came over and asked me if I wanted food.
Listen,
You're going to at least get offered water with lemon. That's the least you're going to get offered. Don't be shocked.
Some bread.
It's some bread. You're going to get bread. You're going to get water and fucking lemon. And I hope there are a bunch of seeds in that fucking lemon and one of them ends up in the straw when you try to suck it out.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Let's talk about sports.
Last thing. She tried to leave. And then he convinced her to stay. Cool, you can still leave.
That's not true. When she tried to leave, he offered to get her an Uber. He got her the Uber. She went home.
My understanding was she said, I'm uncomfortable, tried to leave.
You understand wrong. And don't put that out there unless you know exactly what you're saying. She never
that's
tried to leave.
I'll reread it.
You should. I've read it multiple times. At no point in time did she try to leave. And when she did, he offered to get her an Uber, and she got the Uber. And then she wrote him back a text that was in perfect social justice warrior language. That shit was translated beautifully. You know this woman was setting him up.
Oh,
the text,
man.
I felt unsafe, and I felt I wish I could get the exact one, but it had all the buzzwords in it. I felt silenced and suppressed, and
God.
my gender was at play, and
if you
go back to your no AC.
Then don't show up to the Golden Globes wearing a Time's Up pin. You win an award. You could say something. There's an opportunity to address it in a smart way. It's like, listen, there's a certain social... I've overstepped my bounds without realizing it. Men, we need to have these discussions about what actually... He positioned himself as a saint, and now he's just a regular dude. And that's where those women feel betrayed.
You know where this woman feels betrayed?
If this story came out about you...
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's a clown you. People would be like, yeah. I mean, you went up to Andrew Schultz's apartment. What the fuck you think was going to happen?
First of all, if a story came out about me, it'd be something different. Like, damn, we fucked good.
It was quick but good.
I squirted all over his bed. Then he put me in an Uber home. That man is a saint. What a gentleman that guy is. He texted me the next day, asking me for dry cleaning bill. I thought that was a little fucked up, but then again, I did technically pee all over his mattress and sheets.
I remember when we did a sports show.
Yo, man.
I remember when we talked about sports.
All I'm trying, I understand the argument you're trying to make. You're trying to make it out like he made himself.
I'm just saying there's
nuance.
nuance.
No, I understand the argument you're trying to make. You're trying to make it seem like he made himself a saint, and therefore he opened himself up for this.
That's part of what I'm saying, yeah.
Even being a saint, he's not wrong. That's what I'm saying. The more you understand, this girl wrote an article. You know what she said in the article? We went out for dinner, and he first had me over to his house for a glass of wine. It was white wine. I prefer red, but we drank it. Bitch. Who cares? Who cares, bitch? Like, what the fuck story you trying to tell, bitch? Like, who cares what fucking type of wine that's where the salt started? The salt started on your taste buds because the wrong varietal of grape was used at the free wine that he offered you from his apartment before he took you out for a free dinner that you took pictures of to post on your Instagram.
Oh, God. Yo, so,
Son, I'm heated off of this shit. The arrogance. I've never seen something so arrogant and entitled. That's where the assault started. The wine wasn't the right color. I'm guffa. How could he not offer a different color wine?
Listen, if Aziz fuck with brown girls, this would not be a thing. This would not be a thing,
That is true, because y'all just be raping.
all right, so the conference championships are set.
Indians do be raping, bro. That is facts. That is facts, bro.
Then he should be guilty. Pick a side, fam. What side you on?
Just trying to.
How you trying to make me look bad then defending Aziz?
I'm just trying to say he out here trying to do it the white way.
I just want to do a sports show. I just want to do a sports show. God damn it!
Listen, we gotta acknowledge these. All right, let's get into fucking sports.
Fuck. Just want to do a sports show. The conference championships are set. God damn it!
All I'm trying to say is
God.
2018. We hard on these hoes, and if Chanae wants that one-on-one, it's gonna be part of that one-on-one.
Better make sure she give consent.
Oh boy, ain't gonna be nothing consensual about this defense. Okay, you want to talk about taking shit? I'm taking all that. Taking the rock from you every single time. Okay,
Yo.
I'm gonna be the one saying no.
Yo. Time's up on what?
Time's up. Time's up on you winning this game.
Time's up on your respect.
7-0. Let's go. Anyway, all right.
Oh man!
Happy Martin Luther King Day, yo.
Happy
That's all I'm
Martin
trying
Luther
to say,
King
man. Shout out to Martin Luther King,
Yeah.
the greatest, bro. The
He did
fucking
have hoes.
greatest.
He did have hoes. This is
man.
true.
He did have hoes, man. That's what you want to do. To be honest, that's where these guys are fucking up. You're not saving the world enough. You out here making movies thinking that's enough to not get called a rapist. Nah. Pick a cause. Leo out here saving polar bears. Not a single one of these Victoria's Secret bitches call him a rapist. You know what I mean?
Leo look like Leo, though.
Leo do look like Leo, though. Hey, Leo do look. Hey, after Leo busts on you and take your own cab home, like there's a little part of you that's like, did Gatsby just nut on me and send me home to my? Did that just fucking happen?
Fam, the king of the world just
Yo,
nutted on you.
real talk. Leo probably got some bodies. So
Jesus
you don't try to
Christ.
save the world unless you got some bodies, bro. Keep it real. You don't think Leo got some bodies?
I just want to talk about sports.
All right. All right, man.
I just want to
Listen,
talk about sports.
listen, bro. Come on.
Sports. God damn it.
All right. Anyway, so
Biggest touchdown in postseason history happened yesterday.
Dog, that was
God damn
fucking
it.
incredible. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
believe
Hell yeah.
we did a disservice to the listeners by waiting 45 minutes to talk
Jesus
about this
Christ.
did
touchdown.
we talk 45?
I
We've been
don't
talking for so long.
a long
I'm like,
time.
yo.
Yo. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting our listeners, yo. Our listeners can handle multiple
Yo.
conversations, yo.
If you are still here after all this
Stop
time,
disrespecting them.
still waiting for some
They're
sports
calling
talk,
their
God bless
friends
you.
like, yo, y'all gotta listen to this Flagrant 2 shit.
Andrew talking about
They
beating up
going in.
hoes.
Listen, chill. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. I would not put my hands on women unless my dick is inside them. That's the
Oh,
rule.
my goodness gracious.
Okay? You could put your hands on a woman, but you have to be having sex with them.
So,
They ask for it.
we're gonna talk about this touchdown or not?
I'm just saying, that's me. All right, let's talk about this touchdown. You want to talk about someone getting fucked? Let's talk about this. You want to talk about Saints getting fucked? Let's talk about Saints getting fucked. All right? You really want to talk about Saints? Poor Drew Brees, man.
Oh man.
Yo, you know what sucks? These
I
are
feel
probably the
bad for Drew Brees, man.
These
This
are probably-
this motherfucker is 5'11", got a noticeable burn mark on his cheek
I mean, he got shitted out of his first starting job for the Chargers.
for the Chargers.
You know what I mean? Like he
Broke his shoulder.
he was still good to go. They were like, you know, we're gonna draft this guy Phillip Rivers.
and
and,
Rivers worked out.
Rivers worked out, but this guy Drew
Brees got a
goes
chip.
to New Orleans, goes to a perennial loser. You know what I mean?
Changes that franchise.
Changes that franchise, but has to help them through the worst to that date.
Facts.
The worst natural disaster in that city's history.
Yep.
Then leads him to the Super Bowl, and every season, you know, he puts up 5,000 yards, 5,000 yards, 5,000 yards. Rarely gets talked about like, you know, like we talk about Brady because, you know, the chips mean so much.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, we talk about just individual greatness, like sustained individual
Because
statistical
you gotta
greatness.
win, dog. He hasn't won.
I
That's the
understand, but it's almost like Drew Brees is almost like, I don't want to say like, God, who can I compare him to? Like, I don't want to compare him to like Kevin Durant before the chip.
No, he's not Durant. You know who he is? Who's the guy on the Hawks? I can't believe I'm
Dominique.
He's
Dominique Wilkins. Yeah,
That's who he is.
like
He's
he
Wilkins.
puts up stupid
numbers
But
on
he
wax
got
every
the
year.
ring.
But he did get a ring.
He did get one.
And he did get a ring, and he got the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never. But here's my point. He's never really talked about in those. I mean, he's talked about in like the echelon of like great quarterbacks in the league. Like,
But
your
yeah,
Tom
he's never
Brady's,
considered
your
a
Cam
great
Newtons and
because he
all that
doesn't
type of
win
stuff.
every year. You got to, dog. I'm
But you
sorry.
got, but he like Drew Brees takes these heart wrenching losses.
He's got as many
all the
rings as Rodgers.
time, and that's true.
Yeah,
He
but
does.
Rodgers makes the playoffs every year.
That's true.
And Breeze don't. All I'm saying is, with this kind of stuff in football is so hard to be consistent, and you got to reward the Paytons, you got to reward the Brady's, and you got to reward the Rodgers. With no matter who the fucking team they have, he's going to take them to the promised.
But I'm trying to a lot of years.
He's been in the playoffs a lot of years.
Has he? Know how many?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Because
what I'm trying to get to was like, with Breeze, he's been through so many, probably the most heartbreaking playoff losses I've seen, where he's not even on the field. It's one thing for to be a Romo, where you get your team there and you throw that pick, or you go for it on fourth and you shouldn't have, or there's that one play where it just cost you. You know what I'm saying? For Breeze, you got the second Super Bowl when they played the Colts, whatever, and I think they ran one back, I think it was a pick, something like that.
Yeah.
There was another playoff loss where the Saints are just, that Saints defense has let them down so many times, where Sean Payton and Drew Brees have made chicken salad out of chicken shit for so many years, only to be when are they going to get this guy a legit defense? This year, they finally get him that defense.
And a running game.
And a running game. And they have a young, spectacular defense.
And he throws
he's probably
two picks.
going to have the defensive rookie of the year on his team.
Yeah.
And that
offensive rookie of the year.
And offensive rookie year.
Yeah.
And that amazing defense gives up one of the most perplexing, just downright heartbreaking touchdowns you'll ever see.
What he was trying to do is avoid a pass interference.
Yes. Yeah.
He realized that he came in a little bit early, and he goes, if I hit him before he catches the ball, he could possibly get a pass interference call. Now they get the ball here. They're
in field goal range.
And that was the other thing that people don't realize.
A field goal would have won it.
The field goal would have won it, and that was field goal range. So it's not like the game was lost.
No, if he could tackle him in bounds, they're out of timeouts. It's over.
No, but you spike it.
They're not 20 yards. I'm just telling you, 2-minute drill, 20-yard pass, 25-yard, 30-yard pass, whatever it was. You're not covering enough ground, getting the line set in 10 seconds or 8 seconds.
But the PI would have stopped the clock, though.
If there was PI, now I think he was afraid of that or helmet-to-helmet penalty, and those would have stopped the clock.
So fair enough. So there's two possible. All I'm saying is, if he catches the ball, which he did, there's a couple possibilities that they still win the game. So it's not like missing that tackle is the only thing. There was a missed coverage there. He was a great pass. Fucking Keenum is a baller.
Yeah,
that's something we knew to acknowledge. Because what nobody's talking about is the pass to Thielen before. That leaping catch on the sideline to get in position. They started at the 25.
No, it started at the 20 because they had a false start.
And they had the false start, so they started at the 20. So there were some massive fucking plays made to get them there. And he made them by scrambling in the pocket and extending plays. Yeah. So, the dude balled out. He wasn't like a game manager. The dude fucking balled out.
And he hasn't been a game manager all season. He's quietly put together one of the more stellar QB campaigns.
But they have a fantastic D, which is
D
almost better. You want to be overshadowed by the
D.
D.
is nice, and Stephon Diggs is a beast.
Diggs a beast.
He's got weapons, and he's used them very well this year.
He has big, athletic receivers. And when you have big athletic receivers, you could throw the ball up.
Yeah. You could give them a chance.
You give these guys a chance. And that's what and that's literally with both plays, if you think about it.
That's what he did.
Throws it high, gives them a chance. I think what happens here is you have a miscue. What is so miraculous is that Diggs was able in that split second to not run out of bounds.
Yeah.
And you saw him. He positioned himself, and he realized he had it open, and he went for the end zone. I think most players
will just go straight out of bounds.
Because literally all they're telling themselves as they're going through that route is catch, out of bounds, catch, out of bounds. To make that switch.
Because most defenses, you're like, okay, even if I beat this guy, there's going to be two other people I got to beat.
That's what I was wondering. How?
And in that split second, I guess the way he caught it and the position where he sees the sideline and could see
a little
nothing
bit
but daylight up ahead of him. In that split second, he's like, fuck it, I got it.
Yeah, so I think he stayed in bounds and was trying to get a few more yards to make the field goal closer. Right. And then I think he saw yo, I got daylight.
Yeah.
Which is still risky as fuck.
Super risky. Yeah.
You know what he said to us? He said, I'm going to go. Listen up, ladies. I'm gonna go. Okay? I'm gonna go. It's very simple.
Man.
You see it, you want to go for it, you fucking go.
And poor Williams, man, hitting that shoulder lean.
So
Just
yeah.
what dance is that?
He
dude?
stood in that press
That's that
conference.
who dat.
God.
He heard J. Cole in his head. So I don't even know what the tackle was. I guess he was thinking go low, maybe flip him or something like that. And I think he purposely went on his outside to keep him in bounds.
Yeah, he tried to go low. He tried
to
hit him
go low,
Just
keep him in bounds.
Keep him in bounds, end the game.
End the game.
It's also, you see this a lot, kind of unfundamental tackling, which is not wrapping up, always going for the big hit with the shoulder pad. You
Right.
see that a lot
Right.
from secondaries. He's also a rookie. So, I was rooting for the Vikings,
Me too.
even though I do love the
you
Saints.
picked the Vikings. I remember.
I remember picking the Vikings, but also as unlucky as the Saints have been, the Vikings historically have been so fucking unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of losses I can run down off the top of my mind.
Brett Favre.
4 Super Bowls they lost. Not the Brett Favre interception against New Orleans.
The Bounty Gate game.
The Bounty Gate game.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then also, do you remember Randy Moss's rookie year when they went 15-1 and they were playing the Atlanta Falcons in the championship game at home? Chip shot field goal for, I think, Gary Anderson, who at the time was the most accurate kicker in history, to, I think, win the game. Misses it, they lose. It's over. One of the greatest teams ever doesn't even get to make it to the Super Bowl. They've had bad beat after bad beat.
That was like Randall Cunningham. Or,
Yeah.
It was Cunningham or Culpepper?
Chris Carter.
was
No,
Cunningham.
Dante Culpepper. Sorry.
No, that was Cunningham, 15-1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That was Chris
And then
Carter,
I'm-
Randy Moss.
Any
all those
Minnesota
guys,
fan can just name loss after loss after loss, I'm sure. That's just a few.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've been so unlucky.
Yeah.
Both quarterbacks are from Texas. I rooted for them. Case Keenum's just a great fucking story.
Yeah.
And I was like sad they were going to lose. And then they have the opposite of their luck the entire franchise's history on that one play.
Are they a team of destiny this year? Like the Super Bowl's in Minnesota, despite all of the setbacks with how the Adrian Peterson thing rolled out, and then Dalvin Cook gets hurt, and then Bradford gets hurt, and then Keenum, this great story happens.
Bridgewater
and
been hurt.
Bridgewater fucking, who knew he would even like
And
play
then got
football
demoted.
again. And then but like, then you bring in Case Keenum, who was backing up the backup of the guy you're playing next week. You know what I'm saying? He was backing up Nick Foles last year.
That's right.
And now they're going against each other
Yeah.
for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, both Rams quarterbacks, right?
Both
Yeah.
Rams quarterbacks, yeah. So it's like, are the Vikings like just a team that's destined?
I think any team that plays the Eagles is destined to win. So I would put my money on the Vikings. I would. Though the Eagles looked fantastic. And Foles also looked good.
He
Foles
looked
looked
decent.
really
I don't
good.
think he
I
looked
thought Foles
fantastic.
looked good.
Second half he was fantastic. The first half he was a little shaky. I'm like, all right, I don't know.
I thought the
Second
defense
half he
looked
was
great,
hooping,
and
yeah.
and the second half I thought he was gelling. I thought he was just feeling it. He was
Yeah.
playing confident. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, but the Falcons seem to have also been pretty hit and miss. When they're on, they're on.
Yeah.
And when they're not, they just
How
don't.
does
This is
Julio
Atlanta.
miss that catch?
He fell and it just fucking.
No.
Even if he caught it, he would have landed out of bounds.
I have a feeling that if he caught it,
He'd figure out a way.
He would have figured out a way to land inbounds.
Okay,
because,
fair enough.
But it was such a peculiar thing. This is
That's a Julio Jones catch.
guys.
That is,
It was,
he's done that
that's
forever.
the easiest catch you could have made all game.
Yeah.
It's 15-yard pass. He jumps straight up. It goes right,
Right
through
through
his
his
hands.
hands.
It was almost like he got blinded by light or something like that. This is a guy who arguably has the best timing. Maybe him and Antonio Brown and Beckham, right?
Yeah.
Have the best timing with their hands in football,
Yeah.
right? They have this innate ability.
And
to
he's the bigger of the three.
he's
So
the big-
like
he's the-
it's on top of him having amazing hands and eye to hand targetness, like
Yeah.
he's a massive human too.
But we're talking
So
about a
it's-
guy who doesn't catch with his chest, right? This is a guy who snatches it out of the sky, right?
the most physically gifted receiver in the league, I think.
But just hands.
Hands are huge.
Why the fuck is it going through? It's not like he threw a dart at him either. He's there for it, and then it was the most peculiar. It was like watching an offensive lineman catch.
Yeah, it was a tough catch, but it's a catch he makes.
It's a catch he makes. Like it's just the most mind-boggling thing.
Matter of fact, the catch he made that should have won the Super Bowl before Matt Ryan took that sack and they threw the incomplete pass or whatever horrible clock management.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember. He had an incredible catch on the sideline, stayed in bounds, pulled it down on the third down, put him in field goal range.
Yeah.
That catch would have been still more impressive than the catch to beat Philly. Like,
that catch to beat Philly would have been unimpressive to me. It's just jump high in the end zone, grab it. It's like we've been doing that with backyard football every single time. Oh, I got a littler guy and me throw it up.
if you're Atlanta, though, I still think you put too much on just Julio to roll to Julio's side, and he's the only receiver there.
Yeah.
Just stay in the center. You got 4 receivers. It's a 4-receiver set or whatever. Just stay back, drop 3 steps, and then you're Matt Ryan. You'll find somebody open for 2 yards.
But
you don't go to Julio to win the game.
I
Exactly.
would probably go to Julio to win the game, but I'm not going to only make Julio the option. As soon as you roll right, everybody else is like, all right, I'm chilling.
I don't know, man.
I go to Julio
that's what I'm
tonight.
saying. I was like, during that fourth quarter, and they did that a lot. It's like, yo,
That 4th and 5 was
every-
crazy. Julio catch.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
He's the
like
guy.
every play down, it needs to be get it to my money man.
That's it.
Every time that like, this is where you make your money, Julio Jones. Get us there. They don't even get as close to the end zone if Julio doesn't
Son,
get them there.
That's what they
eventually.
did with Antonio Brown. I mean,
Yeah.
when the Steelers were making that little comeback, get it to
Gosh.
AB.
The Jaguars were, for the most part, pretty physical with the wide receivers all game long.
Dog, that touchdown catch that Antonio Brown
And
had on the
Antonio-
4th and 5.
Oh,
son,
my
He's being
goodness.
held the
entire
entire
time.
route. And then
There.
Boye got up looking for the pass interference flag. So I'm like, motherfucker, that's on you.
On you. Son, I did it. That's exactly what I said on the House of Highlights. Shout out to Omar on his Instagram. It's like he got up so upset and he was doing this huff and puff
Yeah.
walk. And bro, and I don't know why Antonio Brown wasn't calling for the pass interference. Well, maybe because he caught the touchdown pass,
Yeah.
but it was beautifully the way he just boxed him out and
Yeah.
perfectly didn't touch him or anything. Whatever.
It's one of those things where
Steelers should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
How you let Blake Bortles put up 45 on you?
First
son?
off, Blake Bortles tired of y'all shit, man.
Yo,
was
he really
He
is.
was on the press conference saying, like, you know what? People think LeBron sucks too. Like when
I
they
love
kept
that.
thinking, like, which is a great fucking
Love
quote.
that.
Yeah, it's
a
just
great
great. It's
quote.
also hilarious.
And it's like you better fucking win after saying that
Damn,
shit.
he put up 45.
yeah.
45 on the Steelers.
Every single time we were like, okay, the killer bees are gonna start rolling. Le'Veon's doing his thing. Antonio
Yep.
Brown's making ridiculous catches. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yep.
Blake Bortles came back and answered every single time.
Maybe you could have used a guy like James Harrison.
Maybe
Interesting.
he's gonna
Maybe
be.
you could have used a savvy veteran.
He's gonna be playing on Sunday, and the
yeah,
Steelers will
absolutely
not.
Will.
So I
He
mean,
absolutely will, and he played big minutes against the.
yeah, made some pretty good plays in the beginning of the
I
game.
mean, they,
I
they whooped them, but
it's
yeah.
the Titans, but
Yeah,
who
yeah.
gives a fuck?
I
Like,
still think they should sign Kirk Cousins because I think Bortles is good, but you can always get better at that
Sign
position.
Eli.
mm,
So here's my question.
okay.
He's like 38 or whatever. I'm good. I would go Kirk
Son, you
Cousins.
could play quarterback forever at the way that they play.
Yeah.
In
I know
my
Brady
personal
is. I know Breeze
Brady's
is
an
playing deep.
outlier. Breeze is getting up there too, but it's
Son,
it's
Breeze is old as fuck,
hard.
playing great. Brady's old as fuck, playing great. How old is Rodgers?
He's
that
not.
old.
He's not
He's
super
maybe
old.
like 32, 30.
That's it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not that
He's
old.
younger than
He's
me.
pretty
Oh,
young.
it's embarrassing.
He might be a year or two older.
Okay, so here's a
I
question.
may be wrong
have.
about that, but he's young. He's younger than the Breeze.
Is Tom
Mannings.
Coughlin the most underrated coach in history?
He might be.
Now I know he's not coaching the Jaguars, but he is.
Mm,
Let's say football mind.
Is he the most
I would say football
underrated
mind.
football? That's a better,
yeah.
most underrated football mind in the history.
Definitely
of
in our
sport.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
I don't know the history of the game, but from the time I gained football consciousness,
Yeah.
I don't know of a guy who gets overlooked like this.
Why?
I don't know. Like
He-
it's you
he-
can't name.
Belichick can't beat him.
No.
In a big, Belichick is shitting his pants right now.
Mhm.
And they are it is kind of the Giants. You
That
got
is-
a quarterback who's a game manager. You got a ridiculous defensive line.
I
They got
wouldn't,
a
I
better
wouldn't even call
secondary.
Bortles a game manager right now, though.
Eli
Like,
way better than Bortles, fam.
I-
But the
uh,
Giants
uh,
never had a running back like
yeah,
Fournette.
they don't have four.
And I think the Jags defense might be better. I don't remember a
Giants
secondary
ain't
like
never
the Giants.
had a Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey, exactly.
Like
Sass
that whole-
God, let's go.
One
Sass
time for the
Lord.
Sass God.
I
Whatever.
like Sass Lord because
Sass
they're more
Lord,
sassy.
I don't care. There's so much more. A Lord is sassy.
Oh God! Did you see him at the rally after the game?
Yeah, there was
He's
no
like,
people
and we
there
winning the
yelling
Super Bowl,
everybody.
and we gonna win that shit.
Stop giving him a head
And we
movement.
gonna-
Stop giving him
That's
head
not what he
movement,
did?
son.
That's
Don't-
not how he said it?
Don't disrespect
I'm
the
not
sass god,
disrespecting
son.
him.
Now you turn him into a baby
I'm
mama.
not disrespecting
Don't ever
him,
do
dog.
that to the sass god, son.
I am the motherfucking biggest.
Jalen RuPaul
fan
Ramsey out
of
here.
Jalen Ramsey, Lil Uzi Vert, Jalen Ramsey,
Nah,
like,
don't disrespect.
dog. Like he talks. First off, I can't wait to see a whole week of him and Brady quotes. For one, and two, to get back to your point about Coughlin being probably the most underrated football mind
Yeah, let's talk about
in our
that.
generation. There aren't many active, multiple-time Super Bowl winning coaches. There's your Belichick's. There's, I guess,
Tomlin, I think,
Tomlin's.
won two.
I think
He might
Tomlin
have
has
won
one.
Yeah, he only won one.
Cowher had the other one.
Right.
Yep.
But Tom Coughlin has two with the Giants. He's in position to get one with the Jaguars. He has to go through a guy who he's been through, which is Bill Belichick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this team is sort of constructed, like you said, a lot like those Giants teams. The defense would hold out enough
Mm-hmm.
for most of the game, right? They would run the ball, they'd manage the ball, But when it was time, and like Blake Bortles doesn't blow you away in the first 2
But
quarters.
he got legs,
Maybe
though.
not the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But just like Eli used to do against these like really good Super Bowl teams, well, these all right Super Bowl teams that ended up winning it all. In the 4th quarter, something just happens to him. Where like, okay, we need you to win the game, and he goes out and wins the game for you.
Yeah.
Eli used to like this was notorious Eli. Like anybody who watched these
Fourth
Super
quarter
Bowl
Eli.
runs, 4th quarter Eli is a motherfucker nobody wants to
deal
see.
with. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he'll extend plays. He's not going to extend plays during. Not going to extend plays during the first 3 quarters. He's going to protect his body so he can play every single game like he has.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, he will scramble
He
in the
lets it
pocket,
fly.
and
He
he
does.
will let it fly. And he will make shit happen.
And I don't want to put. I'm not calling Blake Bortles Eli Manning
Not
by
even
any
close.
stretch, but he had some moments in the 4th quarter last night.
Yeah.
Where you think
Respectable.
the Steelers are about to make that run, and AB's killing, and Ben is extending plays, and Bell's moving the ball, and it's like they can't stop these guys.
Yo.
And it was on Bortles to make the play to keep them at bay, and he did it every single time. That's very Eli Manning-ish.
All I'm saying is, Belichick does not want to go up against Coughlin, and if there's somebody who can draw something up to stop the Patriots,
And
it's
Brady.
Coughlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't pick them to win, but I'm not picking them to lose necessarily.
Exactly.
Either.
It's
This
just
is
something you don't bet on.
Yeah, it's not. It's something. This is a game I'll stay away from.
Who do they put on Gronk? Because that's really what it comes down to. I mean, Brandon Cooks has been shut down by everybody in the league for the last 4 weeks. There's nobody on their team that's a wide receiver that is a threat, but you have to put somebody on Gronk, and nobody can stop him. So who do they put on Gronk? Who you put a safety on him?
I'm like, do you put Jalen on it? I don't know.
I just
I'm
don't-
thinking about it. Like he's probably the most physically imposing corner.
Who?
Jalen Ramsey. Like
And
he
Gronk
is,
will pick him up, and he will.
I agree.
body slam
I
him.
agree. But my thing is this: Gronk is Gronk for a reason. Like I don't think you put your best defensive player in Ramsey on Gronk because it's one of those things where if you're playing a basketball game and LeBron just scores and you let him score, it's like Gronk's gonna do Gronk. He's gonna get his touchdowns. He's gonna
Right.
get his. You stop everybody else and you hit Brady enough times.
That's what you need to do.
That's
just need to
all you gotta
shake
do.
Brady, yeah.
Don't worry about Gronk.
Yeah.
You get to Brady enough times, that team will lose.
To that point, though, Andrew, to your point, the 2 Super Bowls that the Giants beat the Patriots in, Gronk didn't play. One of them, he just wasn't in the league. The other one, he was hurt. Aaron Hernandez played. And Gronk might have played, but he was limited.
Aaron Hernandez did play.
If he
That's
played,
good.
he was hurt. He was hobbled.
Wow.
I think he might have played hobbled.
Mm.
But he wasn't healthy. If he's healthy, it's a different ballgame.
Definitely is. Definitely is. He's a game changer.
Wow. Wait a minute. That's huge.
He's a game changer.
So Coughlin has never beat Belichick with healthy Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had the opportunity. They haven't played in the playoffs.
That's a good point. Also, we haven't seen what scheme he would draw
Right.
up to.
And I don't think you can put Ramsey on him because then what are you putting a safety on the other receiver? That's going to be food
Yeah,
for the,
forget
for the
it.
receiver.
Food, yeah.
But here's a question I've been asking. If I don't know if we're ready to move on,
Yeah,
but
go.
something I've been wondering for a long time. Hypothetical.
Is how hard should we be on these hoes? I think we should be as hard as
incredibly. Incredibly.
Incredibly.
Listen, I'm not saying nothing. I'm still trying to rise up right now.
Yeah.
But the point is, who are the best 2 receivers in the playoffs?
the best 2 left,
No. The best receivers were Antonio Brown,
AB and Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Yeah.
They both lost.
Yeah.
I'm going back through all the Super Bowls I can think of.
Yeah.
When was the last time a team won a Super Bowl with an elite, highly paid, one of the best in the league receiver?
Oof.
None of the Patriots. When the
did the
Patriots had
Cardinals
Moss, they
win
never
one?
won a
No.
Super Bowl.
Seahawks
Terrell Owens never won a Super Bowl.
Seahawks never had a good.
Seahawks never had one. The Broncos, when they won it, Demaryius Thomas, I guess, but that was all defense.
It was all defense, but Demaryius Thomas is an elite receiver, was at the time, but it was all defense. Yeah, no, it's a great point.
So that's
Damn, I don't know.
and I think my
I think what we all know is that offense has never helped you win anything in the NFL, and it's just that offense is a way sexier thing to sell.
Yeah.
I think if you sell defense, if you market defense, it's boring. And it's just way sexier to see a quarterback throwing a touchdown or a running back juking somebody or just plowing through somebody or a wide receiver making a crazy catch. So in order to get people in the stands, we have to sell this idea of offense. But just like baseball in the playoffs, it's all about defense.
Defense
it's
wins
pitching.
championships, man.
Defense wins
Yeah.
championships. And I think that the teams that are victorious, to your point, are teams that don't invest in expensive wide receivers.
yeah. Shout out to
I
my homie Brian Gwinner. I think he's the first one that pointed that out. But
Belichick
looking at,
never has.
I'm looking at the Cowboys with Dez, and it's like they pay him a ton of money, and it's not.
Yeah.
What have they done with this?
And even the one time the Patriots did it with Randy Moss, they didn't.
Bye.
He never won a ring. T.O. never won a ring. The greatest receiver ever, Jerry Rice, got 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Yeah.
After that, A.J. Green's never doing anything. Who are these? Julio Jones should have one, but he don't.
Yeah.
I think the last one was maybe like Torrey Holt.
Maybe.
Ooh, wow,
Isaac
that is
Bruce,
a
Torrey Holt.
throwback.
Isaac
That
Bruce
squad.
and Torrey Holt. Those
I mean,
guys.
is Jordy Nelson elite to you?
Marvin
Like,
Harrison probably with Peyton Manning's
Marvin
ring.
Harrison.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison.
We're
that's
going
fun.
back to 2007.
and
Yeah.
barely 12-9 was the score of that game, right?
Something was low.
It was
Yeah.
pathetic, and they beat the Bears. Right,
Yeah.
this is
Was it
Margin
Sexy
Ridgeway
Rexy or Rex Grossman
Yeah,
was quarterback?
yeah.
Jeez,
Just
man,
a
that's
sad Super Bowl. Okay, so maybe that's the key. Maybe we know. I mean, like, it's nice to have Odell Beckham and his hair that flops so gorgeously, and his collaborative Instagram jokes. Shout out to Shiggy and all the other comedians he does stuff with. This is great, and I wish you the best in your recovery from the ankle. And you're one of the most talented athletes out there, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl. What's going to win a Super Bowl is a dominant defense.
Well, we haven't
Dominant
seen
defense
it
and a good running game, I think, goes a long way to helping the dominant defense stay
Because
off
you
the
can
field.
control the fucking
Yeah.
you control the game. You let your defense rest.
And this is why I thought the Saints had the best chance of winning it, and why I still think they have a great chance next year. The defensive players will be 1 year more mature. Kamara's not going to be used up at all. You've still got Ingram, and then Breeze can get it done when he needs to get it done.
Wow.
And they don't have any high-priced receivers that are, I don't think, super high in the books. They traded away, what's his name, Cooks for a first-round pick.
They're good to go.
And that was the one thing that scared me about the Patriots. I saw them kind of stockpiling in a way I haven't seen in a while. I was like, ew, what is this? This is not
I mean,
Belichickian.
just in
Belichickian.
there's never a season where I don't fear the Patriots.
That's
But this
fair.
year is definitely a year where I'm like, okay, Brandon Cooks, he's a guy who could take the top off of defense. That's like Randy Moss-ish,
But
what
he
I'm
hasn't
saying?
caught
But
a pass in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's
He's
wild.
just been bumming it.
It just never worked for them. They're the guys who take the top off of them are little short white guys that they always Chris Hogan and Wes Welker, Danny
Amendola.
Amendola,
And then
those
another
are the guys.
Jewish guy. What's his name?
What's Edelman?
Edelman.
Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that take the top off the defense. It's never when they had Ocho Cinco or fucking
Ocho Cinco.
all these people. It's crazy. But,
Anyway. Can we? Is there anything else in football that we
I
should
think we
discuss?
covered the games.
We can talk about. Can we talk about some sassiness in the NBA?
let's
Hell yeah.
get to it, bro.
First of all, I just want to congratulate my second favorite team in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors, for trying to fight everybody. These guys.
I'm tired of being looked at as soft.
They're
man.
trying. They're the least Canadian team in the NBA right now. They almost fought when they were with Miami. They played a game against Miami.
Mhm.
And granted, they're almost fights. This is something that Akaash has coined a term called. He likes to get into almost fights.
I got into an almost fight this weekend.
Exactly. So he doesn't actually fight, but it's all the shit talk and everything that goes into it. But so they're playing against the Miami Heat. DeRozan almost fights Dragic, whatever his stupid name is.
Yeah. There was a Serge Ibaka joint.
Serge almost fought.
Which is beautiful. You finish that.
Yeah.
Was just a beautiful thing to watch.
First of all,
like
Serge was about to get
But here's the thing:
his
punches
arm
are
cut
thrown.
off like he was a child soldier. That it was about to be some real Congo shit because the guy who he was about to fight, what's his name? Johnson something. He used to be a Raptor. He was a Raptor last year.
James Johnson.
James Johnson,
yeah.
who was a notorious alcoholic. Now, notorious alcoholic.
Wow.
But he's the black kid in the neighborhood whose dad knew karate.
Uh-huh.
In every black neighborhood, there's one family who owns a dojo for some reason. He
No, I
grew
don't
up
know
in
that.
I
that
don't know
family.
this at all.
Oh, dude, come on. There's always one family who took the kung fu movies really seriously, and then he became a black belt, and now
Alex,
he
has
owns the
this happened to
karate
you?
studio. Is this a New York thing? I thought this is all over the black
jeez.
black communities across America.
I
There's
don't-
always one
I
black
don't- I
family
haven't
who's
spent
we're the karate blacks. So he grew up in a karate black household, and he's a fucking MMA guy.
Okay.
It was about to be over for
So
Serge.
this is who you think Ibaka is?
No,
No,
fam.
it's
Ibaka
Johnson.
is Johnson. Yes.
Oh, so he really does do
some
that
James
shit.
about that life.
Really?
Yes, and yes.
But I thought the reason why I thought it was beautiful
Right.
is because they both punch each other, and then they lift their hands up like, "What do we
happened?
do now?"
Okay,
Because nobody came to break it up.
exactly.
It's like because that's the point of almost fights in the NBA. It's like let's look like we're gonna fight,
and then not do shit.
but all these people are gonna come and break it up before.
You know what?
Like, make me look as tough as possible without having to actually fight you.
There's a perfect example of that is when just recently today the Raptors again, Lowry and Ben Simmons got into it, and Ben Simmons says, "You want to meet me in the hallway? Yeah, I'll meet you in the hallway." And then they
Lowry
both went
jogs
their respective
over.
way. Motherfuckers are playing rock, paper, scissors in the middle of the fucking hallway. There's no fight happening in the middle of the hallway, but it looked really cool. It almost felt like a wrestling promo.
Oh yeah, no,
Like-
it looked super dramatic. It was like, yeah, I didn't like hear the volume when I was watching it on Instagram on House of Highlights, whatever. But like I heard that you could tell like the crowd like, yeah,
Let's
they're
go.
about to fight, yeah. But they wasn't really gonna fight.
No,
like,
but I love the
come on,
Raptors.
son.
I love the Raptors getting hungry like
Like,
this.
did-
I love them being physical.
Did
Let's
you
go.
think they were gonna like follow the camera back there like Maury and just like watch the fucking like
running
right backstage,
cameraman!
like have the
Why
guy
did
like
the
sprinting
cameraman
back
not
there?
run? Oh
Like,
shit!
Come on, dog. Like I've seen enough WWE to know like that shit isn't popping off, man.
Yo,
Like,
it's so far. Like you're not even angry by the time
Yeah.
you get to the meeting point.
by the
You know
time
what
you
I
get
mean?
to the
Like,
locker room, it's like
I'm tired.
we really gonna fight, dog? You really gonna fight?
like you're running past like 8 security guards, by the way.
Yeah.
Because if it was that easy to just get fucking back to the locker room,
Yeah.
kids in the crowd in the stands will be jumping over to see fans.
And
anyway.
you're at home. You
And
got the
you're
warm
home.
jacuzzi
Like,
there for your
why-
muscles that are sore.
Why the charade? Why the
no,
charade
no,
that you're
no.
really gonna fight, dog? Like
I mean, that's why I
stop it.
respected Lonzo earlier in the year.
Yes.
Remember when
Yes.
Lonzo was like, they were like, why didn't you stay to like protect your
Oh,
teammates?
yeah.
He goes, because it's the NBA, nobody fights.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the fuck it is.
Exactly.
Nobody. What was who was the last person you saw fight in the NBA?
Oh gosh,
That
actual
embarrassment, if you want to call it a fight. Larry Johnson and
Oh,
fucking
Lonzo
Zoe.
Mourning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That
no,
was
I mean
pathetic.
like there was like Mouse in the Palace. There was
Well, the beautiful thing about Mouse in the
Knicks and
Palace.
Nuggets maybe when
happened?
when Nate Robinson was on the team and Melo was still in Denver and they fought in the Garden and like somebody got like body slammed into the crowd, like J.R. Smith. All these. This is before like Melo and J.R. Smith and Knicks. You don't remember that fight?
No, but I
Like
love
Nate
it.
Robinson's in the middle of it. I think like Jared Jeffries was there for some
I love
reason.
it.
Like
I fucking
Shaq
love
and
it.
Barkley.
Shaq and Barkley. That was
Think
another
about how
fight.
far back we got to go.
Gosh,
Even Malice of the Palace, which
Mm-hmm.
is the most notorious fight in NBA history,
it's like 13 years.
we've mentioned this on this very show. Ben Wallace stepped to Artest.
Yeah.
And Artest and the entire Indiana Pacers team ain't won any of that.
Yeah,
And then a
smartly.
5'4" Mexican said something in the crowd, and all of a sudden we're swinging on
Well, he
everybody.
threw a beer at him. Like he
Whatever,
was
motherfucker.
he's laying
Ben
on the
Wallace
scores
could have
table.
put his face underneath the fountain soda thing, pushed the button like he was at 7-Eleven, and he would have went like, oh, world peace.
Ben Wallace
world peace,
mushed.
bro.
Ben Wallace mushed Ron Artest. That's not
Mushed the
some.
shit out of
That's
him.
not respectful.
That was a good.
That's some
like,
Me Too shit.
That is me there. That's it. Yo, get the fuck out of my house if we not fucking. That's what that is. Hey, bye. Well, you don't like white wine? Bye. We not doing red wine.
This is a white wine household.
The
goddamn.
white wine household, B.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, nobody fights, and it's like, I don't know why, like, especially the Raptors. Like, do you think it has something to do with like the Raptors having another really good season, still up there in the standings,
Get no love.
and nobody has any sort of faith in them? Like, at
Don't
all.
don't play the clip through the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mhm. Like, I don't think
I
they
have no faith.
No, and why
I'm
would
tired
you?
of the charade.
What?
Always being a 2-3 seed. We got to pretend we give a fuck about the Raptors.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about the Raptors. You're too far up north for me to really care about. Apologies to Bobby Webster, the GM, who I'm cool with.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're not going to win it all. Everybody knows it. Let's just stop. Stop.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think you make a great point.
They're the Packers with no Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I think, no, but you make a great point, which is every year they're either the 1 or the 2 seed.
Mhm.
And they go through a certain amount of time.
It's like, oh, they got home court advantage. It's gonna mean something. It doesn't mean shit against LeBron James.
But you
though.
know what's even crazier?
Uh,
Nobody even says that. They're the quietest 1 seed in the history of
Yeah.
sports. Any other team that would be the number 1 seed of their division would get spoken about. They'd say, oh my God, their best player should definitely be looked at in the MVP race.
and to be fair,
What are we
it's not
talking
like,
about tomorrow for
to be-
MVP?
To be fair, it has nothing to do with the actual Toronto home crowd. Like Toronto probably has one of the best
Son,
home court
I love
advantages.
Canadian
in
fucking
the
sports
NBA.
fans.
Oh, they're
But-
so devoted. It's so annoying how
So
devoted they are.
devoted.
Amazing.
But nobody, and I mean nobody,
Yeah.
truly believes Toronto's getting gonna represent the East in the
Kyle
finals.
Lowry still got a thumper, fam.
The
That
son-
shit is.
When I went,
He
when
got
I-
that donkey, bro.
Bro, that's exactly what I said when I went to go roast them. I roasted the Raptors. This is what, 3 years ago now during summer league. I went there and I roasted the team.
Yeah.
And Lowry didn't show up. But I had some bars for him. So I made DeRozan FaceTime him. And then on FaceTime, I just roasted how fat his ass was. I was saying some shows like, when you walk in a room, people just go, hee-haw. I just went in about his fat ass. No joke. He lost 25 pounds that year. Bro.
Really?
And they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I believe.
Wow.
Which is as good as they could possibly be.
Exactly.
Good enough.
Exactly.
Listen, if this was New York, I would love this team.
You know what the Raptors are? The Raptors are the Seth Rogen of the NBA. Do you know what I mean? You're not
Explain
going to
that.
be James Franco, dog.
Nah.
You're not going to be James Franco is going to be the leading man in your movies and the reason people come.
You should just be
You're
happy
gonna be
James
number
Franco
2.
showed up.
Yeah, James Franco is going to be number 1.
Yeah.
Seth, you're going to be number 2. You're going to be the funny fat friend. And you're going to get some shine every once in a while. It's going to be hot. But you're
when
going to be
it's
the
Oscar
funny
season,
Frank friend.
when it's Golden Globe season, when
Come
it's time to
on.
get some real awards.
Exactly. Ain't
when
nobody
it's time to
Me
get
Tooing you.
Like, nah, bro.
Where your Me
like,
Too's
come
at,
on.
dog? How many Me Too's? If you ain't got no Me Too's, you ain't really getting pussy.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not touching that either. Again.
I'm just saying.
Oh, my God.
You ain't really getting no pussy out here if you haven't got a couple Me Too's. I'm just saying.
A couple Me Too's.
You haven't think about it. Yo, you know what? You know why Leo's the greatest? Just to get back to this. You can't fuck with these American women, I'm telling you. Leo saw it coming. He saw the tide shift. He's like, I'm not fucking these American girls anymore. Take me to a country where the women are still in the third world, where the women still have, strong gender roles. You know what I mean? Where the women don't care about these things. Take me there. Take me to the Middle East. He went Israeli on that ass. He
Really?
went biblical.
Oh, wow. I didn't know his girl was Israeli.
Son, name the last American girl he dated.
Ugh.
I can't name the last girl he dated. Didn't he
Yeah.
date Blake Lively?
Did it? No, that's she's like married to
Nah, she
somebody.
married.
Nah,
Married,
years
dog.
ago, I think.
Probably he started
Oh.
off, and that was the one he was like, "Whoa, what?" She probably said some foul shit, right?
Here, I'll pay.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
she said
What?
something funky like, "Yo, chill."
You out here paying for shit?
Yeah. She probably said something
do
like,
this.
"Yeah, I would prefer you don't grab me like that." And he was like, "I'm sorry, what?" I'm sorry. Yeah, I did not give you permission. He was like, "Oh, permission. All right, word.
Right.
Lift." Said lift. Got the lift on deck. Bye, Blake. Get me Bar Raffaelli. Get me some foreign shit. You need to go foreign. Real talk. It's a different thing.
I wish I can afford it.
Son, there ain't no Me Too in fucking Argentina.
Oh my God.
Whole
You know what I
goddamn country is Me Too.
The whole thing is whistles and shit like that, grabbing cheeks. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily good or necessarily bad, but if you're not trying to get caught up in the game, fellas, it's hard out here for us. Okay? It's fucking hard. Kaz on his phone trying to ignore this conversation. He on Twitter.
Bro, listen.
You know what you're going to find on Twitter? Some fucking Me Too, bro. You can't avoid it.
Bro, I'm just trying to get us some sponsors, man. I'm trying to get us some sponsors, dog. The views and opinions expressed by Andrew do not necessarily.
Hey, man.
That's true.
We want brave sponsors on this show.
This is true.
We want
This is very
I'm
true.
telling you, let me tell you something.
There's
When I
no
posted
such thing
this-
as a brave sponsor. Get the fuck out of my. Every corporation is pussies.
Like,
yo.
what?
You know who
That's
we
my
gonna
anim-
get? The Marines, son. The Marines.
Oh, yeah, they-
bro. Hooah!
Fam,
Hey,
they-
shout out to everybody. Hooah! You know what hooah sounds like? Hooer. That's what that shit. That's how Italians say hooah. Get some hooahs over here. That's all. Hey, listen. Shout out to all of our service members who respect Flagrant. I got the utmost respect for y'all. If y'all wanna, we got you for free, man. Y'all don't even gotta sponsor this podcast. We gonna shout you out every single
Just
week.
giving us free sponsorship.
Free sponsorship for protecting our freedom.
All
All right.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
Shift gears real quick.
All our money is disappearing. And
man.
we didn't have any to begin with, but any potential money is disappearing. But kind of fuck it. I'm gonna let my man rock because
I'm down to throw it all on the line for zero.
Fuck it.
We already got zero.
This is
We
true.
can't lose more than zero. You know what I mean? What you gonna take away from me?
Yeah.
Zero opportunity is a
There's-
different thing. But the
Bro,
point
man.
is,
Hey,
listen.
man,
But you know what?
posted
We
this shit
got-
on
we got-
Knockout. Real talk.
We got our assholes.
Real
We
talk.
got
I
our
want to
fans,
say this.
man.
Real talk. I posted this shit on Instagram today.
Mhm.
You guys go watch it. It's my little rant about what happened with Aziz and just.
We didn't already do that?
Listen.
Fucking 45 minutes?
I did, but I posted this shit on Instagram, and you know what's so interesting to see the feedback? Like 80% female going, thank you for saying this. I completely agree. Oh my God. I feel scared to say it because I'm worried that if I do say it, a mob will come after me. A mafia will come after me. I understand the opinions I'm expressing are edgy, right? And I'm doing it in a purposely comedic manner.
Yeah.
But the reality of the matter is people are afraid to say this shit. And I'm willing to say it. And if it means that you can't say it because you're worried about losing your job, that kind of stuff, I respect that. I don't want you to lose your job. But I'm willing to say it because it needs to be said. And it not only needs to be said for you and Akaash and myself, but it needs to be said for a lot of different people.
Yeah.
It's just the reality of the matter. So I'm going to fucking say it, man.
I don't completely agree with everything you're saying, but we need different opinions out there. It shouldn't just be one opinion the loudest and we all just pretend we agree. So, whatever. Rock out.
Like to live in nuance, man. Like, not everything's black and white. Not everything's black and white.
Yeah.
So, yo, I had a listener request, man.
All
Somebody hit me up on Instagram DM and was like, dog, you got to talk about the Chicago Bulls, man. Got to talk about the Bulls. They're looking pretty good. They look young. They got Zach LaVine back.
Yeah.
Chris Dunn has been hooping.
Yeah.
Laurie Markkinen come and has kicked Porzingis' ass every time he's come and played here. And people are saying, like, the Bulls are something to talk about.
Let me tell you something, whoever DM'd that.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. Tell us what the fuck to do on our goddamn show. On our goddamn show, you want to tell us what the fuck? So we gonna talk about Larry Markkinen? How many fucking N's and M's you got in your name? You stupid Dutch motherfucker. Wherever you're from.
Real talk. Who's the first dude you named?
Zach LaVine.
No, was it Larry Markkinen? They don't have two.
Chris Dunn.
Let's see, he's the
Chris
shooting white
Dunn.
boy. They have two shooting white boys.
They got the other one who got dropped by Bobby Portis.
Yeah. Oh, yes, Miritic.
There we go.
Yeah.
He got his shit wired
Yeah.
because
Like
Bobby
through the wire
Portis let
type
him
shit.
know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, had
He
those wires
Kanye'd him.
shut.
Okay? Fucking Kanye. You gonna shoot these threes through the wire. Okay? Your
He's
stupid
playing, though.
language. What?
He's playing.
Is he though?
And apparently they put him on the trading block. which
Fuck
is-
yeah, they
Because
put him.
they're trying to
amazing
fucking
to me.
tank.
Yeah.
Because he's a hoe who got knocked out in front of all his teammates, and you're not gonna ask me for the ball after I seen you get knocked out. You know who I'm passing the ball to? Bobby.
The guy who knocked you the fuck out.
Yeah, Bobby.
OG
fucking
Bobby.
Schmurder.
OG Bobby
Exactly.
Portis.
Let's
He's
go.
shown he has
OG
the-
Bobby Porter.
Deuce.
It's like, I'm going to pass to the guy who's shown tendency to knock motherfuckers out when he doesn't get his way.
Hey, he whistled for the ball. I seen you get dropped, and then your whole shit get wired. And then I've seen him just keep playing and only get fined 2 games. So when he asks for the ball, I'm going to pass it to him.
Gets the
And then
fucking
the
ball.
white boy with mad fucking syllables in his name for no reason. Consonants.
Markkinen.
Whatever. His name.
Markkinen.
It's a
Listen,
lot of ends. It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable the
Yeah.
amount
For a
of
white
ends
guy
in
to
his-
have that many ends in his name. What
Why
you trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think we say all this to say this, man. We love the fans of Flagrant 2. We love everybody that hits us up on Instagram or Twitter and all that
I
shit.
want to
You-
know who this
you
fan
do.
is.
Yeah,
Bring
I
this fan up.
I-
Don't
I feel like
ever
you set a
ask us what
bad
the fuck to
precedent.
talk
No,
about.
I feel like you said a bad
Don't
precedent.
ever
Nah.
ask us who
Bring
the
this
fuck to talk
fucking
to.
fan up right now.
I will find him.
We gonna talk about this man.
Yeah.
I need to know
Mind
who it
you,
is.
We get a lot of this, right? So I'm like, you know what? We never really do. And I'm like,
No.
the
It's
more,
the Bulls.
The more I'm
I don't
asking
give a
about
fuck
it,
about the Bulls, fam.
the more I'm talking about it, I'm like, what? Why do I give a fuck what you think, dog?
No,
We're the Cavs out here. That's a
So-
noteworthy thing. They got a chance.
You know,
We talk about the
fucking break,
Cavs.
yo.
Listen,
Talk
I'm
about fucking
over
Laurie
here
Markkinen.
fighting for my life with these hoes out here, man. I'm fighting for all of us, right? And you want me to talk about a guy named Larry?
That's your pop's name.
That's my dad's name.
Oh,
We're gonna talk about Larry Schulz.
His name is Laurie, first of all, which is worse.
His name is what?
Laurie and then Nicola.
Oh,
I ain't talking about
man.
no fucking Nicola.
Lori and Nicola.
Sound like fucking reindeer, bro. Get out of my face.
Sound like y'all should be wearing clogs and blowing into a big ass tube and eating mints to make your throat better. What is that?
Oh, his name is-
Ricolas.
His name is Pinche Jose. At name.
Pinche Jose.
Yeah,
I fuck with
yeah,
Pinche
yeah.
Jose.
And it's kind of fucked up because he has like a little burrito as like an emoji.
Yo,
next to his name.
hey,
But his at name is JMUNTD.
Pocos pero locos, way. Okay? Viva la raza. Okay? Listen, I didn't know that you were Mexican American. Shouts to you. All right? That
He
changes
may
everything.
not be Mexican American. Who knows?
Pinche Jose
Yeah, pinche Jose with a burrito.
and a burrito, son. That could be an undercover Mexican.
Could be a nickname.
It could be
Motherfuckers
a
be out here, motherfuckers be out here on Twitter fronting like they're black people.
but they're
Like
not.
to say like, oh, this is absolutely a real thing. Like in black Twitter,
That's
they
the
have like
funniest shit
they have like
That's the funniest shit.
they have
That's the only way
fucking-
you can have free speech is if
Bro.
you're a black woman.
they will sit here and have
True,
avatars.
right?
They have avatar like people have been exposed to this. They have avatars of like black women or black people
Yeah.
and will say some purposely divisive shit
Yup.
just so they can be like, see, this black lady agrees with us. Why don't you? Maybe something's wrong
Bobby
with you.
Jindal these
And then
motherfuckers.
it's
I like that shit. I like that
baby.
shit a little
Let's
bit.
go.
That's crafty. That's a crafty
Let's
move.
Crafty,
go.
crafty, man. They will stoop to no.
Son, that's how
bro.
you get that privilege, bro. That's that Twitter privilege. You gotta be a
I'm
black
about to
chick.
change my avatar to a white man.
White man will get you destroyed on the social media. Are you crazy? On social media, the best thing that you could be is a fat, ugly black chick. Nothing
God.
is better than that. Then you can have the opinions on everything.
Uh,
I'm wrong?
Yeah, because they deal
I'm
with
not
the
touching
most
that.
in the rest of the
I know a
world. So
lot
in
of
social media world.
You're not doing it because you know a lot of fat, ugly
No,
black
I'm not
women?
touching
You just offended all your friends that
I'm
are
not
girls.
offended, first off, that is
Every
not
one of
what-
your
that is
girls,
not what I'm
every one
saying.
of your female friends right now is looking at their phone like, is he talking about me? Why would Kaz think that I'm fat and black? Damn, son.
Oh god, I got a headache from laughing.
Why
today.
don't you wipe the Cheeto dust off your fat fingers so you could tweet some shit? Okay, I had enough. You know I had enough.
Yo, you are
This-
fed up
I'm
today.
wildin'
bro.
today,
I
bro.
never
I
seen
don't
a
care.
motherfucker
He's
fed up.
fed the
Nah.
fuck
I
up
known this
today,
man
bro.
a decade.
Under attack, son. Under attack, and I'm fighting back. It's the return of the Jedi in this bitch.
I known this man a year. I've never seen him this fed up. Publicly for sure, maybe not even privately.
Definitely
Son,
not privately.
I'm taking the
Holy
lightsaber
shit.
out, son. I gotta fight back for all of us, bro. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. Everybody, and y'all should fight back too, because it's for your own survival.
I can't.
It's for your own survival. The more of us think about it, the only reason these social justice warriors get any attention whatsoever is because they come in massive amounts. If we meet them in even greater amounts, all of a sudden it's silence.
Yeah, no,
And all of a sudden, what we say is completely acceptable. The truth is
I
acceptable.
just
The
don't
jokes are
fully
acceptable.
agree with you. The joke should be acceptable.
The
I'm
joke should
saying,
be acceptable.
We're so
absolutely.
afraid. We're so afraid of losing opportunities, of not getting signed on something, of not losing. And I understand that
That
because
shit
I've
is
been
real.
Nobody's
I've been
signing
in that
us
position.
anyway.
So-
Negotiations falling through left and right.
So if we know that, let's cook and put
I
together
told
the
you, say
greatest
what you wanna say, fam.
the
Say what you
greatest
wanna
content
say.
in the history of content. You know what I mean? I'm about to pull my dick out. The fuck do y'all think? Y'all are crazy out here. I'm about to show you my Laurie marketing. That's what I call my dick. Pulling out from 3. Let's go.
Yo.
Whatever, Lori marketing.
Yo.
Shout out to Lori marketing and Pinche Jose.
Shout out to Lori Marketing, bro.
Bruh.
You
Motherfucker out
That
here.
shit is
Motherfucker, they did trade Martinovich. What's that bum's name again? Oh yeah,
Nikola Mirotic.
yeah.
Who the fuck want to talk about the Bulls? Get a fucking life, dog. Get a fucking life. If you're not from Chicago, that's what y'all sound like want to talk about the Knicks every week.
Sports.
This is what y'all sound like want to talk about the
Nah,
Knicks
that
every
is
week.
true.
I deal with enough of this shit. I'll talk about the Mavericks. They're terrible. Let them be terrible and untalked
We
about.
could talk about the Mavericks. We could talk about Mavericks.
For what?
I don't know. You want to talk about Mirotic? We got to trade Mirotic? Where you going to trade? Trade him somewhere with socialized healthcare for his brittle ass bones to be breaking when
Take him to
fucking
Toronto.
OG Bobby take that
Take
ass
him
up to
Toronto,
Toronto,
get
bro.
the free healthcare, man.
Yeah. Your fucking ass. Built like Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable. Yo,
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm just saying. Man. Any more DMs?
No more DMs, bro.
No, we need some more DMs. Somebody hit me up with some
We
shit.
should. We need a listener's choice episode where we just shit on the listeners for like.
Yo, Kaz be thinking about
hours,
good
bro.
shit to do, man, with the listeners, bro. I'm a great. Hey, listen, that's what's gonna be Flagrant 2 Live,
Bro,
When
yeah,
you
we
come
just
to
gonna shit
Flagrant
on
2
people.
Live, February 7th, 2018, and you gonna come get this, bro. It's gonna be flagrant.
Flagrant is
Come
fun,
through
bro.
with your hot takes.
We're not putting that online, are we, for the rest of the world? You come to that show.
We
Nah,
might put
man.
little clips.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might videotape it. We will put little clips.
The people who come to that show are there for that show only.
That's it.
Fuck
That's what's
that,
up.
bro.
Don't get too drunk.
Yeah.
I had to scold motherfucker last
Don't
time.
bootleg our shit too. Don't put us. Don't fucking film the shit for a
Phones
fucking
will
hour.
get taken up.
I will
Nah, I'm actually
motherfucking-
cool if y'all videotape.
Nah, fuck that.
Nah, it's free
Nah,
fuck
Fuck that.
bro.
We not on the Chappelle level yet, son. We need all the promo we can get. Take your clips, put that shit out there in the world. It's totally fine. Eventually, we're gonna confiscate your phones. But I remember last time we had this chick mad drunk.
Mm,
She was just drunk as fuck,
yeah.
and I had to kick that chick out.
Don't tape our shit. I'm standing by it.
I had
Yes,
to
sir.
kick her the fuck out, man. I'm
I
telling you.
abide by the Chappelle rules, bro. Live in the moment, B. Enjoy that live moment. Enjoy that live experience. There'll be plenty more of them.
I remember
coming to you.
Louis C.K. had a great bit about that, about how phones are taking us away from the moment. You need to get off your phone. You need to look at me jerking off in front of you.
Like, don't videotape
It was
that.
an interesting bit.
I was gonna say it. I was gonna say it.
It's an interesting
but
bit.
I thought you were gonna get there. I was gonna say. I was like, I think you're gonna get
Have
there.
faith
bro.
in your boy,
I-
dog.
Did I not?
Yo,
Did I not?
come on, fam.
Motherfucker whipped out his Lori Markin and started tugging that shit. Let's
Oh,
go.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
I don't got a Laurie Marketing. I got like what's like Kwame Brown.
You got an Enos Cantor.
but not in
That's what
size,
you got.
only in disappointment.
Oh, I thought we were talking.
Only an expectation and disappointment.
Yo,
Yo, you don't be dropping that dick off?
nah, bruh, I be handing it over gently.
Like an Amazon Prime package, right? Could you sign for this?
Yeah, if you don't like it, it's very easy to return to sender.
If nobody's here, I'll come back tomorrow. It's okay.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
That shit got to be delicate and finely pressed. Big dick, you drop off like FedEx. You just leave that shit at the doorstep.
Yeah,
like,
motherfucker.
hey, when you're ready, this shit gonna be here regardless if you want it or not.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
See what happens when we free it up?
Oh, you
See
know
what
that
let
shit's
freedom
good.
reign from the hilltops of Georgia. Is that it?
No, God, please don't fuck up the speech. Please don't fuck. Not today. Not today.
Hey,
Please don't fuck
hold
up
on.
the
Let's
speech.
come back to reality with Andrew for a second.
It's like,
Let freedom reign.
Real thing for Andrew. Real thing about Andrew. He probably knows his speech better than anybody because he listened to it every year his entire life on MLK Day.
Dead serious. Larry Schulz would sit the whole family down on Martin Luther King Day.
Really?
We'd listen to Martin Luther King's speech.
And he would cry, Larry Schultz.
My
would.
dad cries.
His
Wow.
dad is a hero.
Martin Luther King Jr. Changed my father's life, man.
Really?
Yeah, my dad comes from like a very conservative family, and like when I mean conservative, I mean like conservative elites, like invited to the McCarthy hearings. Like
Oh,
all
wow.
my family like has worked with Bannon and all these people that like you see in politics now. They
Gotcha.
came up with like working with them, right?
Gotcha.
And but my dad didn't like how the Conservative Party was addressing the civil rights issues in America and the civil rights movement, and he listened to fucking Martin Luther King, and it changed his life. It changed the way he raised his kids. It changed the way
Changed
and it
you, obviously.
changed me, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things. It's kind of cool story. It's kind
Wow.
of touching, but it's like one person does actually create change and does create a legacy of change. So I do know that speech pretty well, man. I
Wow.
bet if we played it, I could go bar for. You know when you like you can't.
Yeah, you need to listen along.
It's
Sing
like the song. Yeah, like if that shit dropped, I could
You
get
knock
it.
that shit out.
I need like a running start with it.
You know,
what
that's
I mean?
and this is why you can never judge a book by its cover, because like I can't recite that shit.
I'm saying,
But like if you poll people who listen to this podcast or watch
like
the show,
who can recite?
they'd be like, who out of the three of us can recite an
You know-
MLK speech word for word?
You know what's funny is
Guaranteed it would not
I had
say.
no one would think Andrew. I had that poster with the speech on it framed in my college roommate. I lived with 4 black people, and then they were playing around, but one of my friend's girlfriends on the basketball team, she was like kind of brolic, and then another friend was like play wrestling with her, and they broke the Martin Luther King. I just thought it was a funny thing that a black man and a black woman are fighting and break the Martin Luther King. I have a dream poster.
A violent act
Yeah,
breaks the art of a
completely
non-violent
cracked.
person.
Yeah,
Like, of
black
course,
on
'cause
black
why not?
violence.
Why the fuck
Really
not?
just destroyed the whole
If
thing.
that's not a metaphor for what we're going through right now, Jesus Christ.
Yo.
That went over your head. Go rewind it.
Yo, we
They
need to
didn't
drop-
see the humor like I saw the
Oh,
humor.
no, I
to
see
be
it. I'm
honest.
seeing it. I'm like, oh, no.
Son.
Jesus Christ. What a time to be alive,
Shouts to
dog.
Martin, bro.
Jules, man.
Shouts to Martin, bro.
I did not think we would get some tangible, real MLK stories in the MLK Day episode.
Oh man, we got to have it, Martin.
That's
How does
fucking
how does the
beautiful.
speech start?
I couldn't even tell
Four
you.
score and 7 years ago.
No, that's the
Almost
Gettysburg
all
Address,
dream.
my
Fucking
motherfucker.
around,
I used to read
dog.
Word Up magazine.
That's the real I Have a Dream speech.
Oh,
It's
dog.
Biggie's dream. That's the
close,
dream.
right?
Mr. Magic Molly Mall. That's the shit I wanted. Fuck out of here. Fuck all this
man.
playing with white boys in a playground. Fuck, I want to play with white
Holding
boys
hands.
in a
Fuck you
playground.
holding hands
Fuck
for.
yeah. I'm gonna hold
every
your
time
hands.
my face
Pause.
is
You
closed.
could pause with all that holding hands shit, Martin. Malcolm ain't here no holding no hands.
Oh my god. Oh.
What is it, from the hilltops or what? Yo, you got the speech, Alex?
You pulling it up?
He didn't even care enough to Google it, man.
Son, the speech is
Black
dumb
people in this room do
long.
not give a
son.
fuck
Yo,
about Martin Luther
Isn't that
King,
fucked
bruh.
up, yo? Alex be Googling every little thing that we talk
Every
about on
image
this
that we
show.
talk
It's
about.
like, Lonzo's pinky nail is painted turquoise, and Alex got a picture of that on Google. We're like, Martin Luther King.
Bam, pink nail.
Next topic.
My man on his phone.
Like, keep it moving, motherfuckers. God
You
damn.
know, he's on Tinder.
This shit.
Just like Martin would be.
Oh my goodness gracious.
God bless the OG, the
Shout out
great
to
one.
Coretta.
Yo,
She was
that
a real
shit
one.
right.
Coretta, man.
She was a real one, dog.
Ryder. Ryder.
All right, do we want to talk more sports? Cavs? Anybody wanna talk
Yo,
Cavs?
can we just talk about how my boy Lou Williams dropped 50?
Bruh.
Oof. Jeez.
All I'm trying to say is this Lou a fucking superstar, but he's also a real ass dude, and sometimes being a real ass motherfucker.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
He is when keeping it real goes wrong.
Mhm.
Like this dude,
Legend in 2 games, like Pee Wee
Le-
Kirkland.
facts. Motherfuckers at the club.
Yes.
Motherfuckers like he smokes.
Bro.
He has to smoke.
He
There's
has
no way.
2 girlfriends. Like he
got
walks
2
around
girls,
with
he got 2
girlfriends
shorties.
You
arm
told
in
that
arm.
D-Ray.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was D-Ray before D-Ray.
Before D-Ray pulled it off.
I mean, it's not a game. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? I have a dream.
Uh-huh.
Is a public school speech delivered by Americans. Oh, that's a description of the speech. I thought it was. Don't play that
You
shit,
started,
dog.
you started revving up your Martin Luther King accent.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not how it starts. That's not how it starts.
Okay. I'm happy to join you today. What will go down in history is the greatest demonstration for freedom, the history of our nation. 5 score years ago, a great American whose
Well, we know you
symbolic
can
shadow
read,
we
Andrew.
stand today.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see the part where I can get it going.
Okay.
Decree
Scroll
is a
down
great
a little
beacon
bit
of
more.
light, hope to million. Okay,
Good
yeah.
call,
Go
skipping
to
those
like
N-words.
where we
Get to the meat and potatoes.
The
Good
break.
call.
You know what I mean? The break of
Good
it.
call skipping those N-words, buddy.
There were some M words in there.
Well, not the harsh one, but the college fun N-words.
Oh, Negro, you can say.
I don't
That's not
think
an
you can,
offense.
bro.
Negro.
Can you?
Negro.
I said it at a comedy show, and the black audience was not having it.
How do you say NAACP?
Well,
That's-
if you're
okay,
reading
that's colored
it,
people. Buddy.
yeah, like no. You can just
Oh,
say
it's
black.
national.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Wow. Wowie, wow, wow.
I didn't,
Yes.
I didn't know that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, man. I was,
Wow.
R.I.P. Oh yeah, this will be the day when all of God's children, they say new. Oh,
Motherfucker, you don't know none of this
My
speech.
country-
You do not
You
know
heard this
that.
shit 33 times,
Okay,
bro. It's
here.
over.
yo, this is the
Average
wrong
it today.
speech, B. This is the
Average
wrong
it
one.
one day.
This is not the one I
Every-
memorized. Yo, my shit was
Right here.
much shorter.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation will not be judged by the color of their skin.
but
by
the
the
content of their character.
Oh, wow, you know
I
that.
got it,
Good
bro.
for you.
I got it. Go. I have
Fuck
a
outta
dream
here,
that one
man.
day in Alabama, a young white boy will sit down next to a young black boy, and they will play Pokemon Go.
We just gave you all this credit for knowing this fucking speech on the top of your head. And you are
Motherfucker never said interposition or nullification. I don't know what remix of this speech you're doing. Those words weren't even invented until like 10 years ago.
Is the director's cut? Is this the further?
This gotta be the director's cut. I don't know who wrote this, but it wasn't Martin. Martin's shit was
Nobody
way...
will expect you to know this entire speech. It's a fucking long speech.
Son, I used to be able to recite passages of this shit, bro. Real talk.
God
But
damn.
that's not the one. This Martin Luther. This is nah. Yo, Alex, you really trying to fuck me over right here, bro? Nah, that's fucked up, yo. You know what he tried to do? You try to play him because you don't know the speech. You're like, you know what? This white boy gonna know the speech more than me. That's disrespect.
Oh my goodness gracious,
motherfucker! I know I have a dream. I had a dream that day.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, the Giants got a new head coach.
Who?
Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur is
He's
the offensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings, yeah.
New head coach of the Giants, man.
All right.
And Odell Beckham tweets, God really works in mysterious ways. Let the journey begin. I'm geeked. So apparently he's really happy about this.
Son.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You don't even know what this guy could do. You were just
I do know what
you
he
were
could
just
do.
you were just talking about how high you were on
I think it's Pat
Vikings.
Shurmur, Shurmur, right?
Yeah, Shurmur.
Let me look at his haircut because I didn't like the last one.
SHU Shurmur right there. Coming down. Yeah, you could.
SHURMUR. Okay.
Right here.
Let's see this motherfucker.
Pat Shurmur.
I don't like him.
I mean, he's been around, and I've never remember hearing his name in a bunch of coaching discussions. Maybe I'm crazy.
Okay.
I know his name.
He far and away has better hair than Bob Manning.
I haven't seen his hair.
And that's the point.
He's got no lips.
That's just white people.
No, I got lips. I got lips from reciting that Martin Luther King speech so much. That's what give you some nice lips right there. You hear that shit? He can't make that sound.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You really don't.
When he makes that sound, just go.
You really don't have lips. Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, pause.
Son, I got thicker lips than Kaz, definitely.
First off, you don't.
No, you don't.
Pause.
No, you don't.
Second
First
of
of
all,
Pause
all-
again. You don't.
I really don't want to talk about who has fatter lips.
First of all,
on our show.
yes, homo. I have thicker lips than both of you. That's without even
Yo,
a-
real talk. I'm legit upset that you think you got thicker lips.
Son,
than me.
you don't even got lips.
You
either.
out of your fucking mind, dog.
Bro, okay, Akaash. Real
First off,
talk.
you have no top lip at all. Like your top lip
Yo,
does not
y'all
exist.
are wilding.
Your top lip
Hold
does not
on,
exist
yo.
at all, dog.
Hold on, yo.
You
Y'all
got,
are crazy.
your lips
about?
are so thick you can say that it's thin. You can say that Dion Wallin.
Yo, hold on.
Nothing's getting in the way.
Hold on.
Nothing gets in the way of that D
Hold
for
on.
your mouth.
Hold on. Real talk. I don't have a top lip. Hold on.
You don't stop. First off, you're not clumping.
Hold on.
the
Oh,
lip.
I don't have a top
Don't
lip.
Kylie Jenner your shit.
No,
right
no,
now,
no,
dog. That's
no.
not how your fucking lip.
I don't have a top lip.
You have
Hold
no
on.
top lip, dog. No, that's not how it works. You're
I don't have a top lip.
This shit is gone,
Yo,
fam.
son, no. It's not when you're smiling, it goes away.
That shit is like loose leaf, dog. Like, this shit does not exist, bro.
Real talk. Hold on. I don't have a top lip.
Bro, you don't.
First of all, that's a lie. I do have a top lip. I see my top. I've been looking at my
Dog,
lips.
you have one, but it doesn't exist. If
No,
that makes sense.
hold on.
No. Why are we doing this?
I got huge lips. You guys are crazy.
You're being real white right now.
Hold on.
bro. This is the whitest
Son,
I've ever seen you be.
Son,
you're
I do have a
pretty
beautiful
white.
bottom lip. I agree with both of you, but
Nobody said anything about your bottom lip.
you did. You guys were alluding to it.
You got some thin ass lips
Yo,
for real. For
man,
real, you got some
I don't have thin lips. Stop
You got
playing.
some thin ass
Stop
lips.
playing. My
As
mom
I'm
got
looking,
thin
I'm
ass lips.
seeing. As
My
I'm
mom
looking, I'm
got
like,
thin ass lips. I don't have thin ass lips. I got thick ass lips.
For a white person, maybe. But as I'm looking, I'm like, yo, my man's lips is mad thin.
No. I don't have thin lips. That's a lie. That's a lie. When I smile, my top lip does kind of go away. But when I'm not smiling, when I'm upset,
It still ain't there,
no,
bro.
it's cute. Look
That
at my
shit is
mad
nothing,
thick.
fam.
I got thicker lips than I got thicker lips than
You
Kaz.
don't got
You
thicker
have-
lips than
no,
Kaz.
I do. No, I'm sorry, fam. You don't have any lips.
You're a bugger.
You don't have any lips. No, you don't. You kind of like a porpoise. You do have some lips, which
Fam,
kind
I got
of
lips.
You do have lips.
What's up, boo?
You ain't got no ass.
I don't have an ass.
Your
I'm
ass
gonna keep
flat,
that,
bro.
I'm gonna keep that
You
1,000. I
got
don't
no
have an ass.
I got fatter ass
I
than
got
you.
fat ass,
Yo,
bro.
son, you
I
got
got
some.
some.
Yo,
I got some
Kaz,
cheeks over
you
me. I
got
go
fat
for it.
ass, son. You don't want to deal with Kaz in the post. Put it that way. You want to deal with that. That motherfucker
I got
heavy
some
in the
cheeks
cakes.
over here, bro.
You got
I ain't
some
gonna front,
cheeks,
B.
bro.
Like, yo.
Real
I
talk.
gotta actually try pants on when I go to this.
Yo!
Shit. That's how bad my shit is, bro.
Yo,
like,
you gotta go to the store.
I'm not like.
Why don't you order it online?
I envy those guys who can like order jeans off of like Amazon or like online and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, those will fit. No, not me. Like
you gotta make sure.
There's a lot going on down here.
Yo, my girl always told me I didn't have an ass. I was like, bitch, are you crazy, bitch? I don't have an ass. I would get like offended.
Yeah.
And then I realized no matter how tight I tighten my jeans, I sag. And it's because there's so little ass, it just slides.
It's just a long back.
It's just nothing. It's just nothing.
You just got legs.
Bruh.
You got like 2 legs that go into your like
My
stomach.
ass like your lips.
Son,
I thought it was
I
there,
got beautiful
but it
lips.
turns out it's not.
Listen. You can't make that sound. Make that sound.
I'm not gonna.
Exactly.
I'm not
If you would have
gonna.
made the sound, I would have ran out of here.
Both of y'all can't even make that sound. You can only make the sound if you got
I can
lips.
make the sound. I'm not gonna make the sound because you're telling me to make the sound.
Okay, I'm not telling you. Would you like to make the sound to prove that you
No,
have lips?
No, I'm not consenting to this right now. Okay.
Listen, y'all pussy. First of all, I will admit that Akaash does have some
My shit
bangs
is
on
beautiful.
him.
My shit is beautiful.
He got some.
My shit is beautiful.
You know what's weird?
Akaash got
When you
some
start talking
bangs
about, when you
on
start
him.
talking about lips, you start like
You
self-consciously
start realizing how
licking them.
beautiful I am? That what happens? I'm fucking beautiful, dog. Straight up.
No, bro.
I got a beautiful ass face. Body
Listen.
ain't shit. Face is
No, you, all right, you got pretty ass. Yo, son, you do got a pretty face. Son. He got a pretty ass face. Son, he got a pretty face. Yo, what am I gonna lie? I'm gonna sit here and lie on my man's face. He got a pretty face. Yo, body is shit. His body's
horrendous,
shit.
dog.
Body
Horrendous.
is horrible.
Horrendous.
Mad, awkward.
Horrendous.
Like nothing
Horrendous.
fits.
Horrendous.
Saggy but skinny.
Horrendous.
But faces.
Dick game trash.
Yeah, I don't know about your
Trash.
It's very symmetrical. It's very
Typical
symmetrical.
Indian, the way you're built.
Yeah.
One thing good. Indians got one thing good. Either face, like arms or some shit, and then the rest trash. But you got a good face.
My shit is gorgeous.
Yo, you lucky that white people gave y'all clothes. You know what I mean? Because you really get to maximize you.
I'm really lucky black people made things baggy. That's why I'm really lucky.
Cultural appropriation is a
We
good thing.
we
They got you
accentuate the
operating,
positive.
right? They
We
got you
accentuate
operating
the
at the
positive.
maximum
Really, yeah,
Akaash.
right.
You operate on maximum Akaash. You got a beard and that shit just stops right before your thick ass lips. Son, we the greatest podcast in history. We can talk about sports. We can talk about handsome men. We can talk about Chicago Bulls.
Talk about rape culture.
Rape culture. It don't mean it's nothing
don't
to
matter.
us. It's
It don't
nothing to
fucking
us.
matter, bro.
Savages over here. Fucking I did all this on only 12 ounces of water. All I'm saying is
yo.
we're the fucking
This
greatest.
is the best
You
fucking
better
podcast.
put some respect on our name. I
Son,
mean that.
Nothing,
Sincerely.
Nothing sincerely. I've done a lot of things in my career. Literally nothing makes me more happier than doing this shit.
Facts.
You know?
Likewise.
This shit
Facts.
is fun.
Especially
as
when we
fuck.
keep that shit gutter. Keep it honest. Keep it real. You know what I mean?
What was more
man.
gutter? You talking about rape culture or us sizing up each other's looks?
That was
First of all,
kind of.
Y'all got me really
gutter, man.
rethinking
That's
my
way
mouth.
more gangster than being like, yo,
Yo,
like
that's gutter,
the
bro.
balls to be able to like confidently compliment another man is
Yo.
like.
You know
super
what?
brave.
I don't-
That's like
I
gay
don't-
people are brave as fuck to me, dog.
Why?
Because
they
I
be
ain't taking a dick in the ass.
Son, that shit is probably
That's-
difficult,
That
dude.
is
No,
bruh.
real talk. That shit is
I'm not
difficult,
doing it,
son.
dog. I'm sorry. Y'all motherfuckers.
Well, here's the thing that's most impressive is that like they'll do that shit not at home.
I think Michael
think
Che,
about this.
Michael Che had like a bit about this where he was just
What'd he
like,
say?
dog, I'm not like against gay people. Like, I'm just trying to protect my kids from dicks. Like,
Oh, yeah.
dicks are just intimidating, dog.
Well, I mean,
Like,
if you
Think
Your
about
daughter-
this. Think about
If your
this.
daughter had a dick, all I'm saying is like, all I'm saying is this: it's like when you get butt fucked at not home. Like I've butt fucked girls. That shit takes like
Effort.
finesse.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That takes like time. Like, gay dudes are doing this shit at the gym. Like, they got 5 minutes, sauna, bang, 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 we out.
Wow.
Like, that is impressive.
Wow.
Like,
Ugh.
you don't even know if my man ate that day.
Think about
You
this.
know what I mean?
Kanye came when Amber Rose stuck a finger in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Think
Wait.
about a whole dick.
What?
Wait, you didn't know that?
Finger in the booty
No, wait,
ass
what
bitch.
was this? He did it
Oh.
because she did call him a finger
Finger in the booty ass bitch.
Yeah.
Just a finger was
Wait,
enough.
You don't get fingers in your asshole?
Oh, God, no.
What are you, gay?
Nah, man. My ass too delicate.
Yeah, I never had that, and I would be honest about it. I have been wanting my ass eaten lately.
You did say this.
No,
before.
but it's been a lot. I want it eaten lately. Like it wasn't one time. It's been like every time.
Duval swears by it.
Hey, every time I get my ass, my penis sucked, I be feeling like I'm missing something, bro. I do. I feel like genuinely in my heart, like I feel.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
We
please.
talked to a company that wanted to work with us.
No.
And they didn't want no names. They didn't want this conversation to happen, and maybe that's why we got to stay independent.
Yo, real talk. I mean this sincerely to everybody that listens. This kind of convo, if you want this raw, fingers in the booty ass convo, it really can only happen if we have a direct relationship with Joe.
This is facts.
You know, so we gotta, and don't get me wrong, I want sponsors on this show. I want these types of things, but having these big name sponsors limits this kind of wild stuff. So we gotta find a way where we can, you know, obviously make enough money where we can live off of this shit, you know, and keep on giving you this content because this shit ain't cheap to fucking make.
Sure ain't.
We got 3 expensive ass cameras going. We got Alex risking his job. Do you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is we got to figure out a way. We're going to figure out a way. If you guys have ideas, let us know as well.
We'll figure out a way, man.
We're going to figure out a way. But what I don't want to do is sacrifice the realness. I want to have these combos. Put your fingers in your ass. Son,
I don't like cringing when you have the... Because on group chats, we talk just like this.
This girl licked near my ass, bro.
Okay.
She was licking. It was right next to her.
Why are you licking your lips as you talking though?
You're still thinking about it.
You want
like,
to know?
it's like-
You want to know how long it took me to lick my lips? A long time, because of how much lip there was to. Lick.
Actually, I was thinking when he said a long time, I was like, that was the quickest lick.
Nah, you crazy.
I'm dead ass when you said a long time. I was like, why?
You're crazy when you try to disrespect my mouth.
Wow.
My mouth. You see how I had to take some saliva off my lip? It was too much.
Oh fuck!
All I'm saying is, I wanted my this shit was close. It got close. It was like right. It was right on the.
What stopped you?
What stopped her?
Oh, okay. You just
Was
need a
it
bold
boofing
woman.
down there?
She was close,
It was
bro.
boofing down there.
She was just
wasn't
licking the taint area, and I was giving like audible reactions, thinking that like the closest. I don't really be making that much noise during sex, but like the closest she would,
You were
fam,
moaning.
when she
You
would
moaned
get
a little
there,
bit.
no joke, she would go down there. I'd be like, oh, be like, oh, oh. And she kept licking the taint, and I was just ready for her to drop it one more time. Just drop it a little bit lower. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's life changing, right? Put
You
some
get your ass eaten, Alex.
Hey man.
Alex is certified to get some
Alex
ass
didn't
eaten.
even fucking hesitate.
Hell
with
no,
it.
the
He was
motherfucker
like,
loves
"Yep."
it, bro. Real
He was
talk.
like,
Hey,
yo,
He said it's life changing. My dude said it's life
son,
changing.
how you gonna have a margarita without some salt on the rim? That's all I'm trying to say. It's like when the motherfucking guy at the restaurant, he's like, you want salt on the rim? Fucking course I want salt on the rim. I asked for a margarita, did I not?
I didn't know blowjob was a margarita, but all right.
All I'm saying is, we gotta live
Oh
life to
my
the fullest. I'm
gosh.
34 years old. You know, I'm trying to be the best man I could be. Trying to have a family.
Tell your kids you get your ass eaten.
I mean, you gotta get your ass eaten before you have kids. I feel.
Yeah, like that's not something you want.
Nah,
Like your
once
kids are gonna walk in on you one day. Like they're gonna walk in on you.
I'm not. I'm saying
You don't want it to be that they walk in.
Real
on.
talk. We have to talk about one thing right here. I'm not about getting my ass eaten where I'm bent over.
Oh God.
That's weird.
So,
You know what I mean? Like you on all fours getting your ass
You're
ate.
looking the other way.
Yeah,
and
like a
stuff,
lady.
like the human caterpillar.
No,
That's not the
that's
sneeze.
peculiar as fuck.
That
That's
is-
vulnerable. But I will lay back and put my legs up in stirrups. That's what I'll do.
That seemed way more vulnerable. Dog.
Nah, bro. It's
That
like
seemed
going
way
to the
more
gyno.
vulnerable.
This is like going to the gynecologist.
Dead ass. You just go back like this. Like you're about.
That's
getting
why
head.
it's so vulnerable.
You throw that shit up
Oh
like that.
Jesus Christ!
Yo, so you know what? You never seen them gymnasts do backflips where they grab underneath their thighs? son, you never seen a gymnast do backflips?
Oh, why is this happening?
They
Why is this happening?
they grab underneath their thighs, bro.
I don't even want to look at this.
Fam, they go like this. They jump up, they grab underneath their thighs so they could do mad backflips. But instead of doing mad backflips and bringing home the gold for America, you just stay paused in that position and get your fucking anus eaten.
Oh my God.
Gobble.
Y'all gotta watch the video clip for this. I can't. I can't
Yo,
post it on my page because
can't.
I got family.
Bro, I can't.
But-
yo.
I got family too.
just
You
gotta
know
go
what
to
I want them to
YouTube,
know about
please.
me? That I like getting my ass
Please
ate
go
while I
to
hold my
YouTube.
thighs.
Oh my God.
I'm not afraid to hold my
can't
thighs.
fucking breathe.
Andrew came in on a mission, and I
Yo.
applaud him for getting done
I
whatever it
won't
was
be
he wanted
silent,
to
yo.
get done.
I live one time. Life is. I don't know if there's heaven. I don't know if there isn't heaven. I don't know what happens after this shit. But we get one shot at this, and you're damn right. I will not go down. I will not go down wishing I said some shit that I didn't, and then
Oh
not
my
saying it.
God.
I just refuse,
He
man.
will not go down. He will get gone down on.
I will get my ass eaten. Look, let me show you. And you know what I might do if I'm feeling real cute about it? I might lift one leg up like that. I might just do one leg, son. I might just do one. I might just lean back like that.
Oh, fuck.
She's like, why your leg up? I'll be like, what do you see? And she'll be like, a thatch of hair. I go, okay, and if you push the hair aside, what would you see? A pink asshole. I'll be like, damn right. That shit look like it's ready to get munched.
I don't know how the fuck you follow that.
Let's stop it right now. Let's stop it right
I
now.
think we've what is this, 2 hours?
We'll talk about the Cavs eventually.
Oh my God. I don't. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't.
Guys, thank you for listening
I
to the
bet
greatest
you
sports podcast in the world.
I bet you Isaiah Thomas gets a little asshole eaten from time to time.
I don't see that from IT. There's certain players I can see having that done. I can't see it being IT. Shane Battier probably had that shit done.
Oh,
Well,
it's
no
funny.
Wade has, so.
Yeah, Wade.
Ah.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yo, real talk, man.
There's no way.
I love y'all.
I don't know how we've finished this, but how long we got, Alex?
Bro, we had an hour 45. This is a long podcast.
145? God damn, it's a long episode.
Yo, man. All I'm trying to say is I love
It's a
y'all.
fun episode. This is probably the most fun episode.
I'm curious to know how y'all feel about us branching out of just sports, because that's too small of a box
That's too
for us.
small of a box for us, man.
Yo, honestly, we're too great. And I mean this in my heart. We're too great. There's greatness here. And you guys that listen, you recognize it. And we want to bring it to you every single week. And we could play that manipulating humble game. You know how motherfuckers pretend to be humble and manipulate you.
And then they rape women.
And then they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a good point. That's a good point. But you know what we don't do to our audience? Flagrant 2?
We don't lie.
You know what we don't do to you assholes? Because we're assholes. That's what it is. This is the asshole brigade. We don't lie. We are the assholes.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been talking about today, which is quite funny.
Mm.
We're quite on brand.
We are analysis by assholes.
We're analysis by assholes. But we don't lie to you. We keep it funky. We keep it 100. And I swear to God, my goal with this podcast is to keep the conversation as unapologetically honest as we can for as long as we can. I mean that. Now, if HBO wants to throw us $40 million or something like that,
I'll shut the fuck up.
None of us are above selling out, but in the meantime, we are true.
Until we sell out, yo.
At least we have these episodes to look back
Oh
on.
my
Yo,
Like, yeah, they were.
This gonna be the shit.
And you can't say
Real
we've
talk.
changed because
Real
we're
talk.
telling you right now.
I want everybody who listens to grab their thighs next time they get hit. I want you to grab your thighs like you're about to do a backflip. A tight back
Tight
tuck.
tuck.
Like
Yeah.
a tuck, like you're a male cheerleader. I want you to grab them thighs and I want you to wait. I want you to wait, and there's gonna be a moment where your girl is gonna look up. She's gonna still have your dick in her mouth, but she's gonna look up at you with the dick in your mouth, and she's gonna have this puzzled look on her face, like, why is he grabbing
What's
his
next?
thighs like a male cheerleader trying to do a back tuck? And then she's gonna put it all together.
I don't know why we're letting you finish this.
I'm out
All
of
I'm
energy.
You know
saying,
where it's
bro.
going.
All
I'm
I'm
out of
saying,
energy. I'm literally
in that
depleted.
moment, you're gonna find out one thing.
When Andrew wants to get a bit out, he's relentless, dog. He's like Aziz when he's trying to fuck.
Oh my god.
He does not take no for an answer.
That's been this
we're not gonna let
you.
you salt. All I'm trying to say is, in that moment, Shorty's gonna be looking at you, and she's gonna be looking a little perplexed. And she might need a little bit of guiding.
You haven't even gotten your ass eaten. What you talking with everybody else for?
Bruh, you think the gymnast coaches know how to do all them backflips and shit?
They probably tried.
What did I do? I'm out here trying.
You cuck tried.
I'm out here trying.
You cuck tried.
I did verbal cues. I'm just learning from Lena Dunham. I'm living my best life. All I'm trying to say is I want y'all to go out there this week.
There's a reason Lena Dunham's verbal cues get ignored.
Why do you think?
God.
Because any verbal cue she says that I want to fuck. I've had a lot of girls be interested in me and I'm not interested. And what I do is I ignore every sign that they're interested. And that's what I would do. I would Odell Beckham, Lena Dunham.
I was about to say like that Odell Beckham story.
Word. That Odell shit is
She
hot.
didn't keep that same energy when she was throwing that thing at Odell, and Odell was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah. See, these girls don't like it when they get fucking Seinfelded.
That doesn't know.
Right? When Seinfeld hit Kesha with that, me too. Right?
She's like, no thanks.
She's like, can I have a hug? He's like, no. She's like, oh, yeah.
No thanks.
Why don't you just take no?
Remember the way you had the Seinfeld discussion? He brought this up last week, Seinfeld. Yeah. And remember the way he discussed it with like nuance and like really well thought out, well spoken. And now he just got his fucking socks on the table.
I don't care.
Tired of being nice to these hoes. Just going at it.
No, what I said last week is that you can get used to certain behavior. And, for example, Kesha, probably for the last 10 years of her life, every single person that she went to hug was more than happy to hug her back. She never got a hug rejected for maybe 10 years. So when she went to hug Seinfeld, she just assumed that Seinfeld would want to hug her back. And she was shocked at the idea that he wouldn't, so much so that she double-checked and went back in and she rejected that no. She couldn't fathom that somebody wouldn't want to. And what I'm saying is this: it might be a similar thing with male celebrities. They're so used to women throwing themselves at them, constantly trying to sleep with them, meeting them at their hotels, DMing them, titties, please, can I suck your dick? I love you, da-da-da. That when they're met with a girl who doesn't immediately offer it, they're Kesha'd. They're like, huh? No, she's probably just playing hard to get her. She's probably just doing it. They're victim of the exact same mental thought process. So they're not coming from a place of, I want to assault that person, because that's not what Kesha was doing. She's like, I want to assault Seinfeld. She just was unprepared for that moment. See, isn't it more fun when we talk about eating ass?
Yeah. We should have ended it right there.
Yeah, we probably should have. But
we do what we got to do, man.
It.
Hey, this is Flagrant
Fuck
2.
it at this point.
No easy buckets.
This has been the most off-the-rails episode we probably ever had.
Analysis by assholes.
We maybe probably talked about like 2 sports.
We out here.
But fuck it.
We talk what we want to talk about.
Fuck it.
We're out here, we're getting it, and we're just trying to be great. Is there anything you guys want to promote?
Not a goddamn thing. Check us out, the Highline Ballroom, February 7th.
Get them
Got
tickets.
Special guests, Highline Ballroom. Get them tickets. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 8, man. And let's sell that bitch out.
Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia this Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I am headlining a show with a lot of very funny brown comics. Come check it out.
Where is that? That's February 12th.
No, I'm sorry. This Wednesday, January 17th.
Oh, okay.
I might have said February.
Yo, I got shows coming up. Make sure you hit me up. I'm gonna be out down in Tampa. Fuck, I should have got it up on the thing, but I'm gonna be down to Tampa Improv. I'm gonna come back up to Rochester. Let me just tell you right now, and I get it. But most importantly, right now, I want to tell you about this little project I'm doing. I'm releasing a joke a week every Sunday, for 52 weeks. And I'm doing it for a whole year. And I'll get into it on why I'm doing it this way on maybe another episode. But I'm just putting out the comedy, and you can get it on my Instagram. I'll be releasing it on my Twitter. I'll do it on, Facebook. But they're going to be there. And I'm going to be putting them out every week. And the idea is essentially exposure. And so if you guys want to help me, you want to expose me, you want to put me out there, tag friends, share them, do anything you can with it. I would appreciate it so much. I want to, what I take most seriously is stand-up comedy, and I love it. And I realize a lot of people don't even realize I do it. So what I'm trying to do is get out there And if these TV networks are hitting me with the hezzy, I'm just gonna do everything I can to, utilize my.
Can't hezzy the hezzy.
You can't hezzy the hezzy because
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
get out there. The people are stronger than anything.
Yeah,
I know that for a
I
fact.
saw that Instagram clip you put up.
Oh yeah.
Dropping that boat with the hesitation.
Hey man.
Shit was legit.
I had to. But anyway, so check out for that every single week. It's going to be Sundays. Okay, so 52 weeks of stand-up I'm doing for a whole year. It's going to be tough to put out that kind of much content, but I'm going to fucking do it. So I appreciate you guys' support. And as far as shows, man, please come check me out. I'm going to be the 22nd to the 25th. I'm going to be at Tampa, Florida. The 15th to the 17th of March, I'm going to be at the Stress Factory. April 5th through 7th, I'm going to be at the Carlson in Rochester, New York. Then April 13th and 14th, I'll be in New York City at Gotham Comedy Club. Then June 1st through 3rd, I'll be in Nashville at Zanies. And July 26th through 28th, I'll be back in Comics Comedy Club at the Mohegan Sun, and that's over there in Connecticut. So, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast, supporting everything.
This is the most fun episode I think we've ever done.
Man, I've had so much fun.
I have not laughed this fucking hard.
I want to check one thing with my dates because I got to check the Tampa.
Not be DC dates.
No. I'm going to do that. I'm going to redo that one. But I got it, that Tampa improv dates, I have them differently in my calendar than I do in my on my website. So I gotta check one thing. Is there anything else you guys got?
February 7th, fucking 8 p.m. Flagrant 2 Live, Highline Ballroom. Get your tickets at highlineballroom.com. And again, if you can't, I had some people tell us they were coming from VA. They said they're not buying plane tickets, but they're driving. We can take your word for it. Y'all could get on stage. You show us a plane ticket. You show us an Amtrak.
Yeah.
Show us something to say you live out of state and not fucking Jersey either, far out of state. Come through. We got you. We're gonna put you on stage.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of people hitting me up on DM saying they're coming from, DC, coming from Toronto, coming from lots of places outside of the tri-state area. So we absolutely supremely appreciate each and every one of you guys copping those tickets. And if you show us proof that you did come from outside the tri-state, we'll get you on stage. We want to show love to everybody who supports the show because we are really nothing without you guys. Like, we put everything into you guys, and we love each and every one of you guys. So,
it's February 8th through 11th. I'm sorry, I'm just checking.
Where
on
are you?
that
February
date.
8th through 11th.
Tampa Bay Improv.
Nice.
Holler at me there, man. I love you guys. Peace.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Later.